No, it's. You could put you could put the horse in the bag. It'll kind of stretch, widen. If you could kind of stretch the entrance to it to be about 5 foot by 5 foot, so you might be able to get the horse in there. All right, 3, 2, 1, recording. Okay.
I've also been putting my coins the other way around.
So you have
the other way around?
Gold coins in the copper coin section, and
yeah.
So
yeah, I do.
So you like somebody charges you like 100 gold, and you bring out 100 copper. Like, here go.
Yeah.
So did you dump out all your gold pieces then back at the dungeon like I did?
Oh my.
What's that? No. Put copper, but
because I kept all of mine. I didn't drop any.
So you think Artlocks has been wandering around thinking he's got 1,000 gold? He's gonna get 1,000 copper.
No. Luckily, I had less copper than I did gold. If that makes sense.
Well,
So
the girl at the who's been helping you out informs you that a standard breastplate is going to cost 400 gold.
Okay. Well, how much could I get if I paid for how much would you charge for a tabard or anything or some sort of undergarment for the breastplate?
Just plain or with your house crest?
I myself do not have a house crest, but bit more than plain. Maybe two-tone, something.
Bit more than plain. She goes behind the counter and you could see her start rummaging through like a stack of folded garments, and she pulls one out. It's kind of like a off-white, halfway between kind of like white and gray. Nothing special. There's nothing on it, but it is trimmed nicely. It looks like it'll hold together pretty well. She goes, just a plain one will cost 2 gold.
2 gold. Oh, okay. Yeah, just do that. 402.
402. Okay.
So that's
to have the breastplate fitted to you, we are going to have to take some measurements.
Okay.
Okay. So I'm gonna need you to doff your armor. She needs you to remove any of your encumbrances.
Oh, I'm literally just in normal clothes.
Where's all your shit?
Eat an adult.
Huh?
You're carrying your quiver, your crossbow, your rapier, your bag of holding.
Okay, yeah, fair enough. I've put down my bags and I
and I need you to make a sleight of hand check.
A sleight of hand check?
Yes.
Okay. Right. How's my rolling today? Not well.
Okay. As you're removing the shield from your back,
oh shit!
The covering slips just a little bit, and for a second you think you see her eye dart to it, but you quickly cover it back up, and she doesn't say anything.
Gotta get us killed, Arlocks. Gotta get us killed.
But while she's just taking your measurements with a piece of a string that's been marked off.
She hits the magical enchantment to call the guards.
And you guys have just a brief, pleasant conversation. You find her. You find out her name's Sarah. She writes down all of the measurements. Looks over the sheet of paper, and she says, "We're going to need half payment up front and half payment on delivery."
Okay. So I just I take out my money from my
Okay, so 200. It would be 201.
201 gold. Cool. Is it okay?
But you could actually take the tabard with you now, so you could pay 202 and then pay the 200 other gold when the armor's
sure. I'm just going to double check with her that some of this gold might be its worth in silver, if that's okay.
That's perfectly fine.
Thank you.
Money is money.
Some people are a bit funny with money. Ha. This is all in gold, and that's
smooth. Smooth.
You could give her a tip.
Nat one. She found that hilarious.
Yeah, I just
All right,
it's so funny
so-
that I kind of stand there sort of awkwardly. with the
She
money.
quickly counts the money, very astutely, but very quickly as well. Like she's been practiced at doing this and has done it for a while. She hands you the a written out receipt, and she tells you that it'll be 3 days.
Okay.
And you can either pick it up here or it can be delivered to you wherever you're staying.
I should be able to pick it up, but if towards the end of the day I'm not there, you can find me staying at the Crown Prince's home.
House Creighton. Oh, indeed. She writes down a little jot and said, "Okay."
Is that where we're staying?
Yeah.
Where do we live? What's
Last week, Sigmund offered you up rooms in his house.
You damn
'cause he felt
Swede.
bad for the way you were treated. So your transaction is done.
I pick up my remaining things and that I've taken off, obviously.
Don all of your shit.
Get my bag back on, put the shield back onto my back, carefully this time, and I reattach my what's it called, the belt with like the scabbard for my saber, and swing my crossbow over my back, and I say goodbye and walk outside. I'm gonna head towards the tournament where Elric is.
So, Artlox has finished shopping and is heading back towards the tournament. Costwin has finished his errands and he's kind of leading his pony up. Did you name it?
No, why name it? It's just gonna die.
Okay.
It's just gonna
It's
leave
just gonna
me
fucking
like
die.
everyone
Why
else.
bother name it? Okay, good. Tyburn,
That's not me
you-
saying that. That's Cosman saying that.
You
I'm
weren't
happy.
specifically doing anything, correct?
Nope.
Nope. So we'll say you were just enjoying the revelry of
Tyburn's
the fair.
Tyburn's the Fallout character waiting in the middle of town with the command, just like wait 5 hours, and Cosmo just stands
and
there looking
Elric.
straight ahead.
Elric returns from the armorer's empty-handed and kind of a little dissuades. But what would you like to do?
I'm gonna go see if I can't join the archery contest.
What was that
Okay,
thing I
so-
saw where it was related to Skyrim? It kind of plays off what you were saying, Roach. It's like what a conversation between NPCs would be like if they actually observed the player character doing things. It was amazing. I saw this guy stand in the middle of town. Then he ate 10 wheels of cheese
I've
all
seen
at once.
I've seen that. Yeah.
It was astounding.
Yeah,
you
what was
guys-
that
There for another 2
What's
hours.
that one? What's that one? It's. I like to. Do you accept daggers? Dude, this is this is a clothing shop. Here you go, 100 iron daggers. It's just like we don't buy these. What do you? It's just salesman skill or something like that. It's just-
barter.
yeah, barter. It's a barter skill.
So you guys, you're all kind of congregated around the center of the town, the fair. Elric, you pass by an eating competition where there's just several people at a table just fucking going to ham with their hands behind their back on like large pies sitting in front of them.
No, cheese
You,
wheels. Cheese wheels.
On cheese wheels. It's a contest for eating cheese wheels. You see one guy sit up and kind of, get for a second, and then his eyes go wide. You see him duck behind the duck under the table.
That can't be good because this is
that
this is
was hard.
medieval time before pasteurization existed, and it's cheese. So they're eating.
So
I can't feel my legs.
towards the edge of the competition,
have
you see a
gout.
number of straw painted targets set up, and a couple people practicing their archery over there. You make your way over, and there's a small cluster of people chatting about the upcoming competition, and you inquire about entry. They gesture you to a nearby fellow. He's rather short, maybe about 35, 40 years old, prematurely graying and kind of bald, salt and pepper, or short scruffy beard. You go up to him and ask about the archery competition. He informs you that it's 50 gold to enter.
Yeah, I'll enter.
Okay, so you
Now we're gambling.
hand him the 50 gold. He counts it up. He kind of gives you a kind of like the stink eye, but he gestures you back over to the group. that pointed you to him. And
You're an
you,
elephant during an archery competition in a human town. You're
pretty
You're that
and,
asshole.
yeah, and you overhear them talking about, they're bragging about their archery skills and various feats of strength that you probably don't think are true. One guy brags that he could shoot an arrow up in the air, then hit it out of the air with a second arrow. You kind of give him like the really sort of look. About 20 minutes pass, and the first man, the guy with that scruffy grizzled beard you gave your gold to, informs you all that the first round of the archery competition is starting. You guys will be shooting at the targets 50 feet away. Everybody slowly gets their position. They find you're on the far right side. Everybody's got their bows out, the arrows stuck into the ground in front of them, and he's standing on the far left side with his arm up. And he waits a few seconds. Says, "Ready? Aim!" And he drops his arm loose, and everybody fires the arrow, and I need you to make a ranged attack roll.
One guy shoots Elric.
Don't jinx me like that.
Oh, and that one went wide, and it's in the gallery.
Now it's out of the gallery.
No,
in the back
no,
of Mr. Peterson.
Jesus fucking Christ. 4 of the 5 people missed the target. They rolled a 2, a 5, a 7, and then an 11.
This is a great archery tournament.
4 of the 5 just completely go wide. One of them slinks into the ground 20 feet in front of you guys. One just goes like way over the target, kind of like arches off into the distance and plunks into the castle wall. And the other 2 that missed just kind of go right past it. And one of them just barely hits the target, but kind of on the edge. You, however, land pretty close to the center, about 6 inches off from the center mark. And just like that, there are only 2 people left in this competition. Because only 2 hit the target. All right, so
I have the impression
Damn,
one of those got a nat. So one of those got a
Fucking
nat
hell.
1. You just
Jesus.
see it plink off into the distance, and you just hear.
seriously, those were actually the rolls. That's actually what happened while these guys' attacks rolls. So the arrows are collected. The targets are moved back about 50 more feet. So you're now firing at about 100 feet. And what is the range increments on your bow? Is it 120? And then like 300?
120 and 600, or 150 and 600.
150 and 600. Okay. So you and the other gentleman who's left, who looks to be about 15 years old. He's very, very skinny, but kind of tall. Clearly has never even shaved a day in his life. Kind of baby-faced teenager.
Covering
Kind of
his
nervous
face,
next to you.
primarily wearing
Like,
green.
looking to the left or the right, and realizing that you two are the only ones left after the first round. So you two are standing next to each other. The targets have been moved a little bit further back. The judge of the contest, the guy with the beard, he comes back over. He's standing next to this kid next to you. He raises his hands again. He goes, "Ready, aim, loose." And I need you to make another roll. Okay. So the kid next to you looses just a split second before you do, and you see his arrow slam almost dead center into the target. Just an inch or 2 off from the center, and he looks very happy about himself. Just a split second later, yours also in the center, but just a little bit further away than his is. And the judge looks down at the range and goes, "Looks like we have a tie." And a couple people go out to the targets, they grab them, and they move them back to about 200 feet. So now you're in your long range. And you guys are going on for a third round here, as the last round was basically a tie.
It's not long range for Elric, though. He's got a 100 to 600 bow. That's like below half range for him.
Well, anything above 150, he rolls with disadvantage.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
But
Oh, well.
so does the kid. So for the third time, Mr. Beardsley Magoo, he stands next to the kid. He raises up his hand, says, "Ready, aim, loose." And now I need you to roll with disadvantage.
Oh God.
All right. So, your arrow goes streaking down the field. It's got quite an arch to it now because the distance is a lot longer than you're used to firing. But you do manage to strike the target kind of about 2/3 out from the center. However, the kid's arrow manages to just barely skim the edge of the straw target, goes through it, and sticks into the ground behind it. Slams his bow down onto the ground and storms off. The gentleman walks up to you, begrudgingly grabs your arm and just raises your fist up into the air.
Woo!
There's like 3 people who are just kind of like half-heartedly looking around.
Yay!
And the winner is the elf. Here you go. And he has this pouch of coins, and he holds it out and just drops it out onto the ground in front of you.
I wonder how many archery competitions in like that in this world. It's like, and the winner of the archery competition is the elf.
This shithead.
Yeah.
So, what do you do?
I'm not even worried. Just gonna pick up my bag of coins and go find somewhere to count it.
Check the coins. Yeah.
You pick it up, and judging by its health, you judge it to be about 200 gold coins.
I need a pewter.
All right. So, Elric's done with his archery competition. Is anybody else doing anything for the day?
Reading my book.
Just gonna try.
Hybern studying
the contests. Learn a bit more about.
I mean, there's like there's a table with like a guy playing 3-card Monty in front of a bunch of kids. There's that eating competition. There's there's people bare knuckle boxing. There's people with long swords hacking each other.
So we're
sword
in
and
Ireland.
board kind of thing. Yeah, there's a bunch. There's lots and lots of different competitions for various different types of combat styles. The only thing you don't notice is there's no magic competitions. They're all martial, fisticuffs, swords, shields, archery, that kind of thing. And off at a large tent, you see what looks to you from this distance to be some rather burly men engaged in a drinking contest.
Elves in a drinking contest, just getting Lord of the Rings flashbacks.
It's like tingling in my fingers. I think it's offending.
So,
He can't hold
you
his
guys,
liquor.
does anybody else would like to participate in any festivities?
I'm gonna set up in the middle of the town, and I'm gonna just start performing and see if I get any money.
Okay, roll a performance check.
Yeah. Woo.
Oh, I'm sorry, sir. Do you have a permit?
Oh yeah, I should have checked that first.
So you set up in the and it is what you
Not very
can
good.
generally assume is the closest to the center of the.
Oh wait, I
of the
get a
festival as you
bonus
possibly
for this
can.
from my profession. Hold on. What? I always roll at advantage because of my profession on performance
So-
checks.
So
Okay,
he has
so,
17.
So you rolled a 17. So you set up and you what instrument are you playing?
One of my it's my I can't
Think of the 12 he has.
yeah no
Sad trombone.
no it's the Felucian band. It's like a big lute.
He's playing the
Bandolier.
bronze bull.
Okay. So you set up on, you find a stool and you throw it up under you and you sit down and you start playing, and it doesn't take too long, but there's a decent sized crowd of that surrounds you, 10 or 12 people. You've got your the case for the instrument opened on the ground in front of you, and some people are throwing in coins. How long do you want to play for?
Just do like 30 minutes.
I say at this point it's reaching into mid to late afternoon.
Well, you just play for like an hour of the afternoon.
All right, so you play like one set.
Yeah.
You play like one set, and during this you get people throw in let's say
I haven't
18
got.
gold
I haven't
and
got any
about 50
instrument
silver.
cases. It's just the bag
Oh,
of holding.
just the-
So it just
Just
goes...
the bag. So you just have the bag of holding open there, and people are
Yeah.
throwing in the coins.
They're just
And there's a bunch of kids hucking copper in there just to see like it disappear.
Yeah,
Just
it's just
throwing
part
it
of
in
the
there
act.
and looking.
Everyone's like, "Wow!"
Looking in. But you garner like a couple dozen copper and 20 gold pieces.
Yeah, fair, cool. Win some money back.
The sun's starting to set at this point. And let's see. I need everybody roll perception for me.
Oh. With a +1, so that's
Oh,
a
God.
20.
Elric is just counting his money. Artlocks and Perry, you notice a familiar face approaching you guys. It's Isel, the manservant from House Creighton that threw out the Dragonborn before.
Oh, okay.
He marches up to who was it? To Artlocks, because you and Coswin were the ones that were talking a lot, but Coswin wasn't paying attention. So he walks up to you. He hands you a little note and says, "With regards from Sir Creighton," and the note reads. You open it up and it says, in very fine penmanship, "I deeply apologize for the behavior of Nicodemus during my absence. I would like to invite you and your compatriots to dine with me and my sons tonight." It's signed Horatio Creighton.
Oh, very nice. I'm going to turn to everyone and say we've been invited for food at the palace.
All right.
For food and merriment.
Can't refuse an invitation like that.
We can.
Free food.
We can.
No, we can't.
But
we
Coswin,
won't.
are you going to give up on free food?
I'm not hearing it. Oh,
Give me a minute.
Free
Was
drink.
that Zoidberg, Bob?
maybe.
I'm not hearing a
Also,
no.
Are you
also
coming on
Cosman,
to me? I'm not
that's
hearing
when
it.
you can get a haircut. You can get a haircut, trim your nails, because remember you age quite quickly.
A buffet.
That's how the Coswin might.
Yeah, you look hideous, Coswood. I always forget about that.
Well, I mean, No, technically, I don't look hideous because I have a 16 charisma.
So
Or
despite
I
the
look
fact
hideous
that
and
you
I have a voice of gold.
You could just convince people that you're not ugly.
That's-
All right, so what are you guys doing?
Okay, we'll go.
Well, I'm gonna head straight there. I'm gonna pack up my things from.
There better be
I'm gonna-
alcohol.
and
It's not hard to spot. You've been there before, and if you look down the main drag, to the it's gonna be to the west. You could see House Creighton, largest building at the end of the street. It's not hard to find. It's right down there. It'll only take you a few minutes to walk there.
It'd be really bad if we couldn't find it.
someone was at the drinking contest.
All right, so did you guys coalesce in return?
Yeah, I join Artlocks.
Okay. You guys return, walk down the street, returning to House Creighton. There are a number of servants musing about. You see Isel in the front, kind of greeting guests as they come in. People dressed in finery. Nobody you've ever seen before. You could rightly assume it's kind of like the fancies and well-to-dos of the town.
Oh, damn it! I didn't know it was going to be a party.
He's gesturing them through a side door, and you can hear conversation, and there's generally a waft of like cooked food coming through. He sees you guys enter and walks up to you and just gives you a quizzical look. Yes.
Oh, is this? Sorry, I was.
Dog face character.
We were given this invite by shows.
Oh,
paper.
right, me. Right.
But
oh,
you-
I'm terribly sorry. I
You came
forgot.
up to me earlier. Hello.
Yes. The dining hall's right this way. And he gestures you towards the room that he's been, shuffling everybody else through.
Is there anywhere I can freshen myself up beforehand?
Yes, the north wing has been made available for you and your companions. And he gestures the other direction to his stairwell.
Okay. Thank you very much.
He nods and continues on. He's just, more people are coming in.
Well, folks, are you guys gonna go in? Because I'm gonna
Go
quickly
in.
freshen up before I.
Yeah,
before I
I'm
go.
gonna. Yeah, I'm just gonna.
Okay,
gonna
so
put on some
if I
you guys
perfume.
start making your Arlox is going upstairs. Tyburn and Elric are going towards the dining hall. Costwin and Perry, what are you guys doing?
I'm gonna stay with the group, and the majority of the
Perry.
group is going to the party.
Yeah, I'm gonna go
Actually-
as well.
Actually, I'm
Wanna
gonna
get
go
in
with Artlox.
All right, so the elves are going upstairs. Everybody, the humans are going to the party.
The
Wow, we're just
Bronzy
getting
people
straight
are
up racist
freshening
in here. You guys get about halfway across this antechamber that you've been in before, and Isel kind of hurries up to you, the three of you, and says, "It would be improper to attend a gathering donned as you are."
This is all I own.
His eyes flit back and forth between you guys, lingering on the weapons you guys are carrying.
I don't carry any obvious weapons. I have a staff, and I'm an old man.
Deprive a man of his walking stick, would you?
You have a staff. Tyburn has got a crossbow and a mace.
A
and
holy
Elric
symbol.
and Elric has not Elric. Paradox is in armor. He's in his chainmail and he's carrying a Morningstar, I believe. He's physically standing between you and the door to the dining hall.
Hey, the ladies love a man in
check-in
armor.
or something.
Well,
Your
I mean,
rules?
I'm sure. I'm sure there are plenty of knights and other highborn that are wearing their armor.
And you
Knights
dropped.
and highborn, yes.
That was Paradox that dropped.
Just a quick question: is episode 8 for our multiplayer out right now?
It goes up in
Should've
an
been-
hour.
No,
It goes up now. Yeah, 5 minutes
Oh,
now.
now? Oh, I got it set to the wrong time. Then I'll fix that.
Yeah, no,
um,
it's because I'm
oh,
doing
Cat-
it right now. So I was like, yep, like
So
yeah.
Isel, he's literally blocking your path. He's a frail old man, but he's standing his ground. Fineries are available in your quarters.
Let me go to my quarters and get in the fineries.
Mhm.
Well, I'm just gonna keep going with what I got. This is all I own.
Perry,
got some nail clippers somewhere if you want to merch.
let's just assume he agrees. So everybody kind of makes their way upstairs. You go up a stairwell, and it goes up and then turns off to the side. There's a long hallway with a wooden floor, and there's 5 doors on either side of the hallway. Each one is a semi-identical room. It seems to be guest quarters of some sort.
Okay.
Right, as you guys enter the rooms, each one has a bed, a nightstand with a candelabra and spare candles on it, a large wardrobe, and a large chest at the end of the bed. The wardrobes, as you open them, they each contain an array of nice fine clothing in different sizes.
Well, I drop my weapons and I get changed into a proper, fine set of clothes, but I'm going to keep my cloak of helm on.
Cloak of Helm, gotcha, that's fine.
When I get into the room, is first thing I'm going to do. I'm going to hide the shield underneath the bed.
Under the bed.
With the cover over it, so it doesn't, isn't obvious.
So a maid doesn't see it?
Yeah.
Well, wouldn't the maid see it because she'd be the one that changes the cloth?
Well, no, it's under my cloth. It's like wrapped up, so it's obvious. It's still obvious that it's a shield, but
these beds. Have you ever seen an antique rope bed?
A what?
So a rope bed. It's wooden posts and a wooden frame, and then the bed is suspended on an interleaving web of ropes instead of a box spring, and they're about 2.5 feet off the ground.
What did
And
we
then
do
the
before the
mattress.
box spring? That sounds savage to me.
I had one for like 15 years. It's very comfortable. The only problem is that every like 2 or 3 months you have to undo the ropes and tighten them back up because they stretch. That's where the origin of the term sleep tight comes from, because you had to tighten your ropes or the bed would sink.
Ooh.
So, Artlocks, you put it under the bed, but there's like 2.5 feet of clearance between the bottom of the bed and the floor, so it's pretty obvious.
It's obvious, but it's not like, because I'm also gonna put my bag under there. I'm not gonna empty it.
Okay, that's fine.
So like,
So you just you shove all your stuff under there, so it's there, but it looks like it's meant. You just threw all your stuff there.
yeah.
Oh, I got my first comment on a video.
Woo!
Welcome to the big time.
Are you complaining about something, and are they complaining at you complaining?
I don't know yet. We'll
Now
see.
that's
We'll
when
see
you
in
know
the
you
next
made
couple
it.
episodes.
No, you're in the big realm of things. Is when you get, hi, could you subscribe to my channel? Oh, those are fun. But yeah, then I'm gonna pick out some of the finery, like but I'm kind of wanting to get quite used to my new under like tabard thing. So I'm gonna keep that on, but with like the fine shirt underneath it.
Don't you already wear fine clothes? You're a performer.
Well, yeah,
His fine clothes would have been pretty rough at this
Yeah.
point. Acid had been splashed on them. They've been exposed to like mud and wind and rain and all that stuff.
So it's
and
a,
they haven't
a
been
change of
cleaned.
clothes. is
Just
nice.
run them in the dryer twice. They'll be fine.
The what? Actually,
The
no.
wind,
Sorry,
Arlox,
a dryer
the
is
wind.
probably something invented by elves. It's pretentious enough.
Yeah.
Rude.
Hey, I'm
All
allowed.
right, so Klossman,
I'm
Tyburn,
part of
Artlocks have all Klossman, are you taking your staff with you or are you leaving it behind?
Of course, I'm taking my staff with me.
Taking your
Why
staff.
would I ever
Tyburn's
not
left
take my
his weapons
staff with me?
behind, but he's wearing some fine clothes, very clean, very fine. They fit well. There's an array of sizes. Artlocks is doing the same, but with his tabard. Elric and
I
Perry,
take my Morning Star.
Oh god.
you're gonna take your. So you're wearing. Did you doff your armor?
Yeah, I'm gonna take off my armor. Yeah, I'm a charismatic man. I'm gonna wear some nice clothes.
But you're bringing your Morning Star to dinner.
Nah, I'm not. I'm just joking.
Okay, Elric.
I'm just gonna bring I'm gonna change into the finery, but I'm gonna bring along my silver dagger, because
Are you just gonna wear it on your belt, or are you gonna try to?
it's just like ornamentally wear it on my belt. Like,
Okay.
you know what I mean?
Yep. So you guys all
I clip my fingernails.
you guys all leave the room and kind of you give each other the once over. Everybody kind of gives it an approving nod until everybody falls on Coswin and they realize that he didn't bother to clip his nails or shave. So
No, I
That's
just
how
said I
we're
clipped my nails. I literally just said that.
oh, you did? I didn't
Yes.
hear it. Sorry. So you guys make your way down back down the stairway, down the stairs to the left or to the right this time. Back out into the antechamber. Isel is there. The antechamber's empty at this point. Isel's waiting by the door, and you guys make your way across. He nods at you all as you walk in. Elric, I'm going to need you to make a. I'm going to say sleight of hand.
But he's not trying to hide it.
He's not trying to hide it. But it's going to be a contested roll.
The damn elf.
Okay. So, Isel doesn't give any inclination to have noticed your dagger. It's on the left side, and you passed with him on the right, so it was obscured from his vision. And you walk in without any issue. There's a very long wooden table with a very large feast set up. Seated at the end, there is a very elderly gentleman. He looks like at one time in life he was like the statue of David. He was the epitome of male fitness, barrel-chested, like rippling muscles, but age is taking its toll. And while he's tried to fight it, the years are starting to catch up to him. He's seated at the table. On one side, you see a familiar face. Sigmund's there. He's no longer wearing his plate armor. He's wearing very fine red and purple robes, and his hair's no longer, dirty and matted with sweat. It's about down to his shoulders, brown, clean, and combed straight. And on the opposite side of the table, also next to the older gentleman, is a very much younger version of Sigmund. Clearly someone who's related, but very much younger, maybe 13 years older. So. Kind of squirrely looking, not really is fit. He's kind of got a bit of a hunch to him.
See
and
the
he's
archer.
seated on the other side. There's about 20 or so people on either side, and there are 6 empty chairs, 3 on each side, next to 3 down from Sigmund and 3 down from the other guy. Who and these places have clearly been left open for you guys.
Cogwin immediately takes the center seat on one of the sides.
Center seat on one side.
I will take
I-
a seat that is nearby.
I sit
gonna
next
sit-
to Sigmund.
Oh, damn it. Okay, I'm going to sit. Who's on the other side?
So Perry and Artlox both kind of rush forward, still trying to look very, very official. They both kind of just speed up their step, but Perry gets to the chair right next to Sigmund, and between Sigmund and Coswin, just a step before you, and grabs the chair and pulls that out. And Artlox, you're just kind of left there.
I'm going to walk around the
awkwardly
back of it and go
dejected.
to the closest one on the other side.
Okay, so closest. So you're sitting next to the kid,
Yeah, I'll sit next to the kid.
And then I'll sit in the middle on that side.
and then Tyburn's. Let's say Tyburn's next to Coswin there.
Tiber didn't give a shit. He's too old.
He just slowly walks in and sits down. And
Is it a chair? I sit in it.
it's very informal. People there hasn't been any toast or anything. There's full goblets of wine next to each of your plates. Everybody is already just kind of grabbing food. There's like a whole suckling pig and a whole turkey, golden brown, and assorted plates of vegetables and small fowls and stuff that like a game hen or something that you could take for yourself. It's just, the whole feast is laid out before you. And the older gentleman, as everybody starts to eat, looks up at you guys like he didn't really notice you come in at first, and he goes, "Oh yes, my guests of honor. Allow me to introduce myself. I am Lord Creighton of Ostia."
Slight nod of the head, sort of. Thank you.
Nod your head.
It's an honor.
It's an honor.
Sigmund, who's just like tearing into a turkey leg, kind of gives a nod of approval. So there's nobody that really speaks directly to you guys. They kind of address you with kind of like cautious curiosity. They're wondering who you are, but nobody's specifically talking to you as the meal progresses. Let's see. About 20 minutes into the meal, everybody's starting to really fill up, and you guys hear the semi-familiar clanking of metal on metal approaching from the door you guys came through. The door opens up, and in steps a fully armored, plated individual, helm on, sword in the hilt. The cloak is dirty from heavy travel. Easel's kind of hurrying in behind this person. The person looks around, sees the one open chair that's now next to Elric, I believe.
Would be okay.
Marches straight over to the empty seat. Behind Sigmund, a teenager comes in dressed in leather and carrying a very heavy pack. And the armored individual comes up, stands down in the chair, stands next to the chair, removes their helmet and hands it to the teenager behind him. You can immediately see it's a woman, very tall, clearly very muscular, having all this heavy plate on. She removes her gauntlets, hands them to the kid. She removes her sword, hands it to the kid. Looks to Lord Creighton, and she just says, "My apologies for my tardiness." She kneels down for a second, stands back up, and sits down, and just starts tearing into like one of those little game hens. Lord Creighton kind of half stands up and nods his head. "Thank you for joining us, Lady Kiva," he says.
Kiva.
Yes, Kiva. Kiva.
Okay.
Kiva.
Lady Kiva. You guys notice that nobody has objected to her being at the table, armed and armored, and she's the only one.
I dare somebody to make a beef about it.
Is she?
No,
Has her armor got any distinguishing features at all?
Perception check.
Ha! Let's find that tab. Got so many tabs open. Perception with a +1. 20.
Perception, yeah. When she came in and she passed by, like kind of where you're sitting on the opposite side of the table, as she was turning around to hand off some of her implements to her squire, you noticed on the back of her cloak there was a very large emblem. It was a silver tree with one black leaf on it. It's not something you've seen before.
I'm going to lean forward as to sort of look past Elric and inquire about her unusual.
Who are you inquiring?
To
Who are you talking to?
To the lady. 'Cause she's on our side. Because I'm there, then there's Elric, then Sarah.
So
right?
what do you say to her?
I'm just gonna lean forward and say, I noticed the sigil on your riding cloak. I'm not familiar with it. And it intrigued me. Could you tell me more?
She's just tearing into this chicken in front of you. She's kind of got bits of meat stuck in her teeth. She looks at you and goes, "You're not familiar with my sigil?"
I'm a traveler from a distant realm, and I'm very new to the area.
She roughly puts it down and kind of clanks the plate. I serve House Alaf of Malaventum.
Oh.
Alaf, A-L space A-L-A-F.
Allah. Okay.
Was that the one we burned people in? No, that was
no.
Mortium.
No, you would know that was definitely not where you committed murder.
That was what was the? It was an M, wasn't it? It was
Mortem.
Mortem is where you committed murder. Malaventum is where she came from.
Okay.
I prefer the term justified homicide.
Justified homicide. Okay.
Well,
She doesn't say anything else.
Accidental immolation.
Accidental immolation. I like that.
No, yeah, I like that one.
It's kind of like one step down from manslaughter.
It's not my fault they burned.
So
It's their bodies.
she doesn't say anything else to you. She just says exactly those words. I serve House Alaf from of Malaventum.
Say that 3 times fast.
That's why I just stumbled over it.
Blah, 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 blah,
so-
blah, 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 blah.
Anything else?
Come on, face character.
I'm sorry. Thank you. And I'm just gonna lean back and.
She gives you a quizzical look, like the fuck, and then she goes back to her game head and just keeps eating. She's clearly famished, and not really.
Just remember, they can't tell your intentions if you don't know your intentions.
So the meal starts to wind down, and suddenly nobody's really been speaking to you or about you guys yet. Suddenly, Lord Creighton, he kind of looks up for a second, and he looks over and stares directly at Tyburn and says, "So, a Hellmite."
Yes.
Yes. That's all you say. Yes.
Yes, that's exactly what I say.
He says, "You're probably the only one in all of the Second Empire."
I'm beginning to think that too. Distinct lack of helm around here from what I've seen.
Yes, the Hellmites, they've been few and extremely far between since the War of the Third
Why is he
Coalition.
now the jeweler?
He's not the jeweler.
With the War of the what?
The War of the Third Coalition.
The War of the Third Coalition. Tell me more.
What about the first and second?
So he Paradox
we need the background.
all of a sudden interrupts Lord Creighton and Tyburn's conversation, and you're sitting next to the kid, right?
No, it's
No, I'm
he's-
sitting next to
he's
the
next
other
to-
guy.
so
Sick
you've
man.
got
So you're sitting next to Sigmund.
Yeah, the Lord
Sigmund, his eyes open up real wide for a second. He just elbows you in the ribs.
Wait, isn't Paradox from around here? Wouldn't he know
Yeah,
the local
exactly.
history a little bit?
Well, I wasn't actually asking. I was just saying.
He's just role playing conversation here at this point. He can say
Tell
whatever
me
the
more
hell
about
he
the
wants.
Third Coalition War, NPC.
NPC.
Text with a little scroll down bit.
Oh God, my dog. just farted.
Paragon.
The Lord said that.
So all of a
Damn
sudden
dog.
he holds
There's
up
like
he holds up his
basset hound underneath
hand
the
to his
table.
nose for a second, and he shakes his head, and see his foot move under the table, and you see a golden retriever run off.
Bad, Rufus, bad.
So yes, the war of the Third Coalition was 155 years ago. It ended this day.
For a moment
This is
there, I
one of-
thought you said Narnia. I got really excited.
What was it fought over?
The war of the Third Coalition was fought
The
over
wardrobe.
many things: injustice, resources, racial tensions. Kind of drifts off for a second.
Racial tensions. Looks at the two elves on the other side of the table.
Shut up.
Couple people's eyes dart around and settle on Artlox and Elric. He just his head bows for a second and he drifts off to go, all right. The Helmites. Yes, the Helmites. The Helmites, they refused to take part in the war of the Third Coalition, instead deciding to sit on the sidelines and use their divine inspiration and their skills as healers to help all who were in need during this time of strife.
Can I roll a history check to know if this is like a thing I would know about? Just in like in a
can.
different name or something?
Yes.
This would be the kind of NPC I'd click through their dialogue. Like quickly,
Like,
just
yeah.
like skip.
Certain-
The hell?
Certain
Boy,
aspects of his story definitely ring a bell. You know from the general history of the Order of Helm, which you are indeed a part of, that in times of political strife, you wouldn't necessarily take a political side in a conflict and would help anybody who would be in need of help, rather than siding with one government who you're not aligned to and another government who you're not aligned to, because you don't answer to the government, you answer to the ever watchful eye. This does indeed ring a bell. You do know this story, maybe not the names of the places, but this is definitely something you've read about in your knowledge of history from the libraries of Helm.
They'll let
Helm
him
is
know
the
that I'm
game.
vaguely aware of the war in question, and Helm people will totally do those things. Yeah.
Oh, so you're aware of the slaughter then? Oh my.
Am I aware of the slaughter?
No.
Okay. Tell me more
No,
about
you
the
are
slaughter
not.
that I'm not aware of.
Oh yeah. Hang on. I gotta get my notes here.
I
So
love a
Helm
good
is the A
slaughter.
team. Tybin is Tybin's now.
Okay. During the height of the conflict in the Battle of Rend was fought on the very grounds of the Temple of Helm on the Isle of Helm. Of Helm.
Isle of Helm. That sounds like a place I
He's
would
just
know about.
he's stumbling over his words at this point and mingling them together. Like he's trying to think, and the words aren't kind of getting from his head to his mouth quite as accurately as he would like them to. He stops again for a second.
Polite. I remain polite.
Yeah, yes. The battle was fought on the very grounds of the Temple of the Watchful Eye. The blood of the fallen desecrated the grounds as the Helmites watched on, impotent to stop the slaughter.
Wow.
Supreme Watcher Vigilus watched the battle unfold. After the coalition forces were routed from the field, the Knights of the Ever-Watchful Eye took in the wounded from both sides and used their divine gifts of healing to to mend the wounds and ripped flesh of the fallen.
So where have all the Hellmites gone? Why are there no Hellmites around here anymore?
I am getting to that. Hellmite.
Click, 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 click.
Where they at? Come on, give me the quest marker.
How many bear asses do I need to bring to you? How many wolves do I need to kill?
Unfortunately, the dwarven and the elvish and his guys drift over to the other side of the table. Mercenaries of the Grey Company did not approve of aiding the fallen foes. They waited till nightfall and set upon the temple. They slaughtered the Hellmites to the man, Supreme Watch of Vigilus. He fought them bravely, but he was slain by a great warhammer.
Do I know about this?
No.
Hmm.
You know of the battle, but not of the slaughter of the Hellmites.
Probably because there wasn't any Hellmites left to record the slaughter.
And history is written by the victors.
I'm going to ask Helm some questions when I pray later.
The wounded were slaughtered to the man, the blood of the Hellmites desecrating the very grounds the temple was built on.
Where's the old temple at?
The old temple is right here. That's it, right there on the map.
Ooh.
This island is the island of Rend, R-E-N-D. That ruin is the ruined temple of the Watchful Eye.
We should go there, guys.
The battle took place in the foothills, just to the north of it, and in the fields just in front of the temple. That is information that you would be vaguely aware of, because you're aware that a battle took place that matches this description, but you didn't know the specific details of the battle.
I want to go there, guys.
Gotta help Tyburn with his vision quest now.
He looks sad for a second, with no one left to carry on their traditions and the practices. The worship of Helm fell into disrepair in this land.
Are we going to re-establish a religion?
He waves his hand for a second, and Isel walks over behind him and leans in, and they whisper to each other for a second. Isel leaves through a side door that you guys haven't been through yet, on the opposite side of the room. Yes, 'tis a sad story and a blight on the history of the Second Empire. The Grey Company was disbanded for refusing orders and sent back from whence they came. But the slaughter had already been completed. The temple burned and the grounds desecrated.
Can I
Isel
whisper to Elric, who did you work for again?
Not them. I was part of the battle hands.
Okay.
Isel returns. He's carrying an ornate wooden chest that's padlocked on the front of it. He brings it over to Lord Creighton, and Lord Creighton says, "This surely doesn't belong to me and my progeny, but it may belong to you still." And he reaches into his robes and he pulls out a key and unlocks it. Then Isel walks over to Tyburn, stands behind him, and just holds out the chest.
Is he trying to have me do something with it?
Isel's standing behind you, holding out this large ornate wooden chest while you're seated at the table.
But he's behind me, so I don't know he's doing that, right?
Well, you're sitting at the table, and Isel and Lord Creighton are at the head of the table, so you watch this whole thing unfold. Then Isel walks around the table and stands behind you.
And now Tyburn's got to get in the box. And
Right. I'm confused if I need to interact with the box in some way.
He's offering it to you.
Okay.
He's holding it out.
I open it.
So you kind of scoot your chair back and stand up, and you open the lid to the box, and inside is a magnificent plate helm with large plumage coming off of the top.
Exactly what I needed.
so
This is mine now.
Tyburn seems confused at the gift.
I take it.
So you reach into the crate and the chest, and you pull it out, and it's a full plate helm with a nose guard. Think of kind of like a Spartan helmet, only it's not in bronze. It's in gleaming steel with still vibrant plumage kind of coming off and running traverse.
He's got a
across
helm of
the
helm.
back. He does. It is a helm. It is literally a helm of helm.
All right, I have this now.
So do you do anything with it?
This is mine.
This is mine, and this is mine,
Do
and
I-
this is mine.
Do I have an appropriate place to set this while I'm at this banquet table that's not the floor? Because I'm not gonna put it on.
You could scooch some plates aside, and
I do that. Put it there on the
so
table.
you seem confused. Did you just kind of push it onto you use it to push some plates across the table, and they clank together. And a bunch of people like look over to you as they're making that screeching noise across the table. You immediately notice that Nicodemus is down at the other end of the table at the very end, not on kind of in the same spot that Sigmund is, only on the opposite side of the table. He's giving you he's really giving you the stink eye.
I will carry on with eating now. Pretend like nothing happened.
All right, so Isel closes the chest and he disappears back into his secret door back there. Lord Creighton is looking at you. Do you not care to try it on?
Where I'm from, it's impolite to don armor at an event like this.
It's also impolite to deny the request of the lord in the house you're sitting in.
I put the helm on.
The daggers to tie, but like
He's forcing you to like get dressed. This is just weird. Like,
Well,
wear
you
this.
you put the helm on, and at first it's clearly too big for you. It was made for someone of a larger build than you with a larger head, and then after a second, you kind of feel it shrinks in for a second, and now it fits your head perfectly.
Makes a really disconcerting noise when it does it, though.
It's not uncomfortable. It's
Like a
padded on the
vacuum
inside,
cleaner,
and it
it's
fits
wet.
you perfectly now.
Cool. I take it back off. I thank him for the gift. And I get back to eating.
While you're wearing it, you feel a slight tingle.
Like a good tingle or a bad tingle?
It's a tingle. Roll for
I guess
tingle.
it depends on where
Roll
the tingle
for
is.
tingle. What stat do I use for tingle?
Give me a. Just give me a regular intelligence. Just give me a straight up intelligence check.
Ooh.
Oh, you don't like the feeling. You don't like the tingle. You feel tingling like in your fingertips and kind of like in your ears, and you're just like it feels strange. You immediately take the helmet off.
I do that and I put it on the table, thank them for the gift, and continue eating.
Okay, so you thank he nods to you, and you guys all continue your meal. So the night starts to wind down. People start to get up to leave. Lord Creighton starts to stand up, and he staggers for a second. Isel comes over and is at his elbow in an instant and helps him stand up. And he goes, "My years betrayed me. I must retire for the night."
That's a weak point. We can exploit that and take over this kingdom.
Not again.
Lord, nobody directly addresses him. Lord Creighton turns to move, and as soon as he turns his back, the kid picks up a potato and just throws it right at Sigmund's head, and it hits him in the face and kind of a little bit.
the kid's next to me, right?
Yeah. Sigmund's head whips around, and the kid's sitting there going like this.
I'm gonna take
Don't
my
get
plate.
involved. Don't get
No.
involved. Cosman
Look.
shakes his head. Don't get
I'm
involved.
just gonna look there and just look at Sigmund like, and then once Sigmund turns back around, I'm just gonna pour gravy down the kid's back.
Don't get involved. You're
That's
assaulting a royal.
The kid immediately jumps up and is and kind of yells, and as he does, his voice cracks. Ah! He's kind of grabbing his
And then
back.
I'm just gonna be there like,
Sigmund saw you do that. He's just sitting there chuckling to himself. As his laughter kind of fades, he stands up and he goes, I think it's time for me to go to bed too. Edmund, come on. And he gestures to the kid, and the two of them disappear back through a doorway.
So wait, it's Sigmund and Edmund.
Edmund.
Younger brother, I'm guessing.
Right, so everybody's
us guys just sitting around the.
there's
the
you
left
guys
now.
are there. Nicodemus is still there, and about half a dozen other people. You know, maybe the people who are a little bit more rotund are left.
Throughout this entire evening, periodically, I'm going to look towards Nicodemus, and I'm going to give him.
Make low growling sounds.
I'm gonna make sure he knows I don't like him. By
Make low
by-
growling sounds.
Not low growling sounds. I'm just gonna look at
We're
him.
gonna flirt with him.
Wait, who's Nicodemus again?
He's the one that
Nicodemus
tried getting
is
us
the-
arrested when we first
He's
came
the
in.
court regent. He stands
Oh,
in
okay,
for Lord
Yeah.
Creighton when
This
he's
guy.
incapable of.
Okay.
Like I
you
just
know,
give him like a
performing
really
his official
mean
functions.
look. Like nothing else, but just a mean look with the eyes, and just like
Nicodemus
crazy eyes.
is not unaware of the glances and that
I,
you're
I hope not.
constantly
I hope he is.
constantly looking at them, and he doesn't particularly give you any look other than that kind of that like boiling scowl that he always has on his face. It always kind of seems like he's clenching his jaw and just staring you down whenever you see. He's staring back at you whenever you go to look at him.
Good, because sooner or later it's gonna work out best for me. Because stress creates stress on the heart, and that can be
Just gonna stress him out until he has a heart attack.
that, or
So, what are you
it'll
guys
look
up
like
to?
a heart attack.
Cosmo plays the long game.
Was that line from DS9 with Garrick? Like their wounds they've inflicted on me have already healed. The wounds I created will last forever.
I got in several cutting remarks that take considerable damage.
Yeah,
There
after
he
the
goes.
Klingons beat him up, he says something like, "They've broken my bones, but I got in quite a few cutting remarks that will, hurt their feelings later on." Something along those lines. All right, so what are you guys up to? There's a few people, Nicodemus, a couple, like wealthy villagers left.
Just
I'm gonna retire.
Wealthy village.
Is Lady Kiva still there?
Lady Kiva is still there. Yes, she arrived late. She's still chowing down.
I'm gonna offer to have a couple of drinks with her. Yeah,
Oh,
bring
you
a
watch
drink and like have a few shots with her or something.
A few shot. There isn't any. There's wine, but there's not hard liquor at the table. So,
What
are you
kind
going
of
to
party
suggest
is
you
this?
to do a couple?
a wealthy one, my dear sir.
It's a fancy feast.
Man,
I
this
bring
is
her-
a
So
pretentious indentured
what do you
servant.
say to Lady Kiva? Do you suggest a drinking contest? Do you just suggest that you guys do a couple shots together?
For a slave, Paradox is pretty high
pretentious.
standards.
Not a slave, an indentured servant.
For an-
That just sounds like
So-
slavery with more steps.
And remember, I have charisma 4, so
I got
I'm a
that right.
Oh,
charismatic
God.
guy.
I know what that's from.
So what do you say to her?
I'm gonna offer a drinking contest.
You're gonna offer her a drink.
Yeah,
she looks at
like
you,
a good
looks at
drink.
you up and down. Yeah, sure. Fire wine. And she calls out from behind her, and immediately there's a servant there with a glass of this reddish brown liquid.
Blood
They put down
wine!
a couple small glasses in front of you, and you each get poured one. And I'm gonna need you to roll a Constitution check.
Constitution.
You're slamming shots back with her.
Okay. Yeah, I think because she looks like she's a woman who she knows what she wants. She's a hard girl. She'll respect a man who can keep up with her if I can.
Now, I never thought that Parry
Oh,
would be the
dear.
first one to try.
Yeah, you're right. You probably would.
So
You can keep up with her.
So
not that man.
she grabs the glass, slams it back, turns it upside down, slams it down onto the table, looks over to you, and you give her this like superior smirk and nod. You grab it, you slam it back,
Not
and immediately
superior.
it hits your throat, and immediately you realize you are in way over your head as you start to get that acidic tingling in the back of your throat. Your eyes go wide for a second. You turn and just retch onto the floor.
I'm gonna I'm gonna come over.
I think I made a good first impression.
I'm gonna just pat Harry on the back and just get it all up.
She does the same thing. She laughs and slaps him onto the back. Does a great competition. Slaps him a couple times.
Can I use my charisma to try and like sway her to not be so embarrassed, to make me not so embarrassed?
What would you like to say? What would you like to say to her?
Spin the embarrassment to say something witty or funny.
Are you gonna try? Are you using your charisma to say something, or are you just trying not to look as bad while you retch?
Maybe to say a quick remark to make it just sound, to endear her to me in a way. But
all right, you're gonna roll charisma with disadvantage.
Okay, that makes sense.
Because you have got puke on your face.
Yeah, so you finish throwing up most of this meal you just ate. It's just all splattered all over the flagstones. You sit back up and just wipe the vomit from your mouth, and you go, "I meant to do that."
At this point, Cosmo's going to.
She gives you a hearty chuckle and just kind of clasps you on the shoulder, pushes the wine glass back at you.
At this point, Cosmo's going to get up and head out to leave. But on the way, there's still the bottle of fire. What the fuck was it?
Fire wine.
Fire wine there.
It's like a fortified wine, basically.
Okay, Cosmo's going to take a pull of that before he leaves.
So you grab it and just Constitution check. You just
down the whole thing.
Like a third of the bottle, just slam it back down onto the table. Give Perry Docs a cutting look, nod at Lady Kiva, and then just.
I'm just gonna laugh and follow out Coswin with that, just like.
All right, so you exit with Coswin back upstairs.
Walk in.
She's laughing at this point. She thinks it's hilarious.
Well, yeah, the man with 8 strength. this like dinky little old man.
Me and Coswin just kind of went.
Yep. All right, so the rest of you guys.
Did we also leave saying "girl"?
Oh,
girl.
I'm just going to politely inquire to Lady Kiva, asking where she came from, why she was late.
The road from Maleventum is long and perilous, and unfortunately, I was held up by a rather unfortunate owlbear.
And I'm just gonna be like, all right, well, deuces.
You nod, give her a little bit of a bow, and depart. So that leaves Tybert and Perry, Lady Kiva, Nicodemus, and a few fat people.
Well, I'm going to retire with my new helmet thing from Helm. Helm of Helm.
Helm of Helm.
You unceremoniously scoot your chair back, just give everybody a quick look, grab your helm, and book it upstairs.
I do. I'm going to start trying to talk to Helm and be like, hey, what's up with the temple?
All right.
Is it in that tone?
Yeah,
yo, bro.
Religion check.
What's up with the temple?
So you get into your room, close the door. You put the
specifically,
helm down.
I'm doing my prayers as I usually would do if I was like prepping my spells for the next day.
Mm-hmm.
Is what I'd be doing. I put in there on top of my prayers. This is like, hey, by the way, like there's this temple over here that's like been all fucked up. There was like a slaughter and shit that happened. You want me to like check that out?
It's like,
you internalize all this to during your prayers, and as per usual, there's not an answer.
Then I want a pony and a red rocket ship and a baby rider gun.
You feel the light of Helm inside you kind of swell as you would if you were casting a healing spell or something like that, but you don't hear his voice or feel his presence. All right.
So
anybody else doing anything before they turn in?
No. I'm just gonna clean up my instruments. There's the one that hasn't got is missing one of the strings. because I've got 3 stringed instruments in my bag of many bag things, and one's missing a string. So I'm going to take that one. I'm going to retune it so it actually. So instead of being in like a standard tuning, it actually just strumming it would play a chord sort of thing. I'm going from open E to to G and making sure that it sounds good even without the string until I can buy one, just in case that's all I'm left with.
I'm not even gonna make you roll for that because that is all musical nonsense.
So I don't know a damn thing about.
I want to say I can play a guitar a little bit, and I got my violin over here, but I just kind of wing it, so I don't know notes and shit. So yeah, go. You managed to tune your instrument so that it sounds relatively good compared to what not quite as good as it would be if it had all the strings on it, but the chords sound correct.
I'm looking forward to Ben dropping a new album called Notes and Shit.
Notes and shit.
And then
I don't know no notes and shit.
I'm gonna lock my door and go to bed.
Yep, the doors have locks on the inside with keys, so
Do we each have our own room?
you each have your own room. There's the north guest quarters are on the second floor. There's a hallway with 5 rooms on each side, all relatively identical. They all have a rather nice bed, a wardrobe with the finery in them, a chest for storing items, an end table with a candelabra with candles. Each room has a various combination of those items.
What's the candelabra made out of?
Iron.
All right.
I mean, you could steal it, but it's not worth too much.
That's what you're doing right now.
Coswin doesn't like the government. This is the kind of reckless spending that makes him that makes him not want to pay taxes. Okay, cool. Also, Coswin, I'm assuming there's like a chair in the room.
No, there's no chair.
There's no chair in the room.
That'd be a bad assumption.
There's no
then.
chair.
How tall is the candelabra? Is it like waist high?
The candelabra's on the end table, so it's only about, like, the actual iron bit is about 18 inches tall, and then there's about 6-inch candles on it, and there's 3 candles in each one.
Is there anything I can prop against the door?
There's the chest, there's the wardrobe.
I prop the chest against the door while I go to sleep.
So the chest is empty, so it's not relatively heavy, but you push it across the wood floor, kind of scratching up the hardwood as it goes, and you just push it in front of the door. You don't think it's going to stop anybody from getting in, but it might give you a few extra.
It'll give noise. It'll make noise. That's good. Because knowing these people, they're already listening to my thoughts. So
Perry is the last one up, kind of like holding his stomach a little bit. He's kind of getting the burps. Like, he makes it to his room and retires as well. And everybody kind of you're all fat and full with delicious food, except for Perry, whose stomach is basically empty and the room is fucking spinning. Who just
all that time as a slave didn't prepare you.
Tog, go away.
Like a teenager on their first day at uni.
Everybody settles down for the night. Coswin, you're a little bit wary, but you manage to fall asleep without too much trouble. Artlox and Elric are just out like a light. Peridox, he's grabbing onto the bed as like the ceiling spins around him, just like trying not to fall off of it, even though he's laying down. And it takes a long time, but he drifts off eventually, and the spinning slows. Tyburn, you have a lot of trouble settling in. You're curious and concerned about the helm and the lack of answer from your deity, but the sun's down. It's dark in here. And no, I'll get to that later. The sun's down. It's dark. The candles are flickering, and that kind of like rhythmic flame dancing off the walls kind of lulls you into to a bit of a restless sleep. And let's see. Let's go ahead and do this.
Yeah, roll for initiative.
The Twilight Zone.
All right.
Oh god.
Tyburn, you suddenly find yourself awake, alone, standing in darkness.
I call out. Hello.
You call out, and there's no echo. There's no response.
Something like
All of a sudden, there's a blinding flash of light off in the distance. You go to shield your eyes, and you see the light streaming through your fingers dim for a second. Squinting, you pull your hand back. And there's a figure standing between you and the light in silhouette. Unable to control your own feet, you walk forward, closer to the image. Think of the cover of The Thing, just a bright light, the human silhouette.
One
right in front
moon
of you.
orbits.
You're walking towards it. Your eyes are adjusting, and you can see the silhouette, long dark hair. For a moment, you think you recognize that hair. It's someone you knew from the past. Maybe someone you loved before you took the oath of the Order of Helm.
Shit, is that my sister?
Is the door.
You get closer, and your hand reaches out, grasps her shoulder, and your fingers dig in. Her head reels back. You notice her flesh is gray and sunken, her eyes missing, rotted away, and in place of where her mouth should be, a gaping maw, rows of sharp teeth.
Definitely
She
not my
wheels
sister.
around, and you pull your hand back. She lunges at you. Instinctively, you grab your mace and swing it, bring it crashing down into her skull, which immediately caves in, and black ichor oozes out of her eye socket and fractured like occipital bone. Her body immediately just bursts into a swarm of black feathers. You swat at them, and they start to swirl in circles around you. You kind of back them aside. One zooms in too close, catches your arm, and draws blood. You grab your arm,
Ow.
and there's blood seeping from between your fingertips. A few more tiny pinpricks and bites, and you notice that the swarm is coalescing and coming together and coming in closer. You start to run towards the light, which you now see is a gleaming set of plate armor, larger than a man, emanating light like the sun, and you know that all you need to do is reach that set of plate armor, and safety will be in your grasp. You run. The feathers follow you and start biting into the sides of your face. Blood and sweat starts clouding your vision. You're mere feet away, and you feel the strength leave your legs. You fall to your knees in front of the set of armor. Tears streaming from your eyes. You hold out your hands. It does nothing, but the helm of the plate of armor shifts down and looks at you. There's a blinding flash of pain in your back. You feel your ribs snap and your organs tear. You look down, and a column of black feathers coated in red erupts out of your chest, swirls around. You fall face forward into the cold ground as your face impacts the wet earth. You hear, "Caw!" and you sit up in bed.
Someone ate too much cheese.
Sweat pouring from your face. You realize, you have that sudden realization. Your heart's beating. You're sweating, just drenched through the sheets. You have that sudden realization that this was just a dream, and then you think for a second. You're like, but that noise, and you turn your head over, and on the windowsill of the bedroom, there's a raven standing on the windowsill. It just kind of looks at you curiously, clicks its beaks a couple times, flaps its wings, and disappears into the night, leaving back behind a single black feather.
I pull the heart out from underneath the floorboards and say it was me.
What?
Edgar Allan Poe? No?
I understood it.
Yeah, I got the reference.
I got it.
Well, dang. That was a bad dream. I'm going to go back to sleep now. I close the window and go back to sleep.
So
Props
you
to God
close
for
the
the
window.
effort,
Try to.
You knock the feather off the windowsill, and it lazily, like lackadaisically, drifts down and settles on the floor.
Turns into a person.
It's a just it remains a feather.
Well, I could do anything
Remains
with
a
the feather.
So
Let's
you
splash some
go
water on
back.
my face and go back to bed.
Yeah, that's fine. You've got like a little thingy. Take a
Basin.
sip, splash some water on your face. You know, you kind of clutch your chest for a second, trying to like will your heartbeat to slow down for a moment.
Too many cheese
managed-
wheels.
Too many cheese wheels. Okay, so it's very difficult to try to calm your mind from the images you saw. You have a lot of trouble trying to get back to sleep. You're trying to think of other things, trying to distract yourself, but as you do, you keep the image of the face with the gaping maw just reeling back and towards you, kind of sticks in your mind, and the sight of the column of bloody feathers erupting out of your body kind of torments you as you try to go back to sleep, and you toss and you turn. At this point, it's about 3 a.m. And you hear running footsteps. You hear a and then a thud outside your bedroom door.
Someone just got shot.
It's
No,
not
open
our
the door.
problem.
I opened the
Not
door.
our problem.
I'm
It's
lost
just
in
me.
my
I'm,
room.
I'm just still drunk.
All right, everybody got correct sight
Hold on.
in your bedrooms?
This is a giant bed.
It is a very large bed. About 8-10 feet long.
Oh, there is. Wow.
Was everybody correctly see everything? They should be in your room.
I think so.
Oh yeah.
I assume it's a window behind me.
It
A
is.
window there. Okay.
It is a window.
Why
All
do
right,
we,
so
why
you
do we
hear
get
these-
mixed up in things? Just bar your door and stop.
So Tyburn goes up to his door. He unlocks it, and let me just dynamic lighting. Delete. Now,
Oh no.
unfortunately, Tyburn, imagine that is a human and not a skeleton, because apparently I couldn't find an icon of a human.
Hey guys, there's undead wandering around. Oh god.
There is. It's one of the servants from dinner. And there's a javelin sticking into its
Javelin.
back.
Fucking hell! Someone threw a javelin down a hallway?
Are we fighting Zulus? What the fuck?
This didn't have jab.
What?
I cast Spare the Dying.
All right, so is that touch?
Mhm.
All right, step out into. You're gonna. Is that a touch? That's a touch spell, so you're have to get a little closer. All right, so you step out into.
You stop dying.
You step out into the hallway and attempt to do Spare the Dying.
Javelin races from the darkness.
Did the rest of us hear this?
It's animated javelins. We're fighting those.
Everybody else, roll perception. Paradox, you had a very unfit night's sleep
Wait a
because
second.
of that.
Wait a second. You have a -1 to perception, Paradox?
He rolled a nat 20.
I know. I get that.
You got like an 8 or 7 or 8. Like
Yeah, I've got
wisdom.
a -1 to perception.
Mm-hmm.
So you have a -1 to charisma
My-
and you try to do charisma stuff.
for 8 or 9 perception.
Everybody but Coswin.
My charisma is 4. My wisdom is -1.
Oh, your perception is wisdom. Keep forgetting that. Wow.
Yeah, my
Everybody
wisdom is my
except
only
Coswin
bad
is
thing.
woken up by the commotion.
Coswin slept in the forest. This is nothing new.
Bob,
People
spare
Things
the dying?
die around him all the time.
Boom.
He's fine.
So what is spared to that someone who's on the brink of death, that brings them back up to 1, right?
That stabilizes them so they don't die.
It stabilizes them
They're
so
not
they don't die.
conscious, but I don't think they are.
They're not conscious. So you you wrench the javelin out of this servant's back, kind of heel him over so he's on his chest.
Take
Hold your
his
hands
pancreas
over
with
his
it.
wounds, and they kind of close up for a second, and out of the darkness, to your left, another javelin comes whizzing down the hallway, narrowly avoiding your head.
I told you, they're alive.
I'm gonna sprawl backwards and back into my room. I'm gonna try to drag this guy into the room with me.
We have to break
Okay,
all
go ahead.
moderately long sticks.
Move 10 feet. You can. I'll say you can move 10 feet back.
10 feet, Jesus.
You're dragging a person,
Whoop.
so you're not going to be able to go as far as
Close
you
the
normally
door.
can, 'cause you're there's an unconscious person right there. So you slam the door shut behind you. Do any of the other three of you people who are awake do anything?
I'm gonna like slowly like move up towards my door. And which way does the
Okay.
door open?
Let's see. The handle is on your left side, so it's going to pivot from this point.
All right.
Pivot
I'm
from
gonna
there.
put my like garments and stuff
I'm gonna
on.
like try and like open the door a little and peek out, see if I can't see what's going on, because I just hear things whizzing past my door.
Okay, so you're going to peek your head out?
Yeah.
All right, you can take. Let me just get rid of the line of sight blocker. Okay, so you can peek your head out if you like. You can take a step out and then take a step back.
If you'd
Well,
like
yeah,
to take a chance.
I just need to. Oh god, just zoom out a little bit. Can I take a shot at the whatever that is at the end of the hall?
You surely can.
Because I when I woke up,
Don't check target or
I
anything.
know something's wrong.
It's another
I'm gonna
servant. It's
Grab my.
You can. You are.
It's gonna be
you are
Alex
more
the
than
guy
welcome.
throwing javelins at people.
Well, see, I can see what's down there.
All right, so you stick your head out, immediately notice a dark form at the end of like your sight range. You knock an arrow and loose, and you hear it just clatter down the stairway behind the foe.
And then I'm just gonna take a step back.
That was a warning
There you go,
shot.
I
All
meant
right,
to
is
do
anybody else
that.
doing anything?
I'm picking my stuff up. I'm getting ready. I'm just.
Tyburn, Artlocks, and Perry are all awake at this point.
I'm gonna grab
Tyburn's already done.
my mace then and stand by the door and be ready to clobber the next person that comes in.
Gonna walk to Tyburn's room.
You're gonna get up and walk to Tyburn's
No,
room?
no. I'm getting my stuff together,
All right.
kind of hastily, but my door's locked, so I've got time.
Does no one shout out loudly? Alarm!
So
Alarm!
Perry just jumped. Perry just jumped out the. Perry just jumped out the window. Wait, is that what you wanted to do,
Is NG there still?
NG? NG.
Oh yeah, sorry. Yeah,
NJP.
I wanted to jump out the door. I didn't know.
Oh,
The
you
door
wanna go
was.
through the door?
I thought it was, yeah,
Okay,
I
yeah.
jumped out of bed,
All
put
right.
on my armor.
First reaction to danger: jump out the window.
I'm
So
out of
you're
it.
out in the hallway.
We're 3 stories up in a castle. He's in the moat in chainmail. Yay!
I can see
All right,
blood.
so you step out into the hallway. You would know this because you guys were it was light out. You know, the hallways were lit up when you guys went in here. There's 5 rooms on each hallway, and Tyburn's room was a couple doors down. So you're out in the hallway. Tyburn did some stuff. Elric took some stuff. Koss went sleeping. Midge is getting his shit ready. Alrighty. So Bob, your door is shut, and you hear some heavy footfalls, and then you can see the heavy blade of an axe just cleave into the wooden door in front of you.
I'm
Just,
Shelley Duvall in this scenario.
here's Orky.
You make those really exasperated expressions. You jump every time, even though you know it's coming.
Coswin, at this point, you're awakened by the sound of the heavy thwack of the axe hitting the wooden door. These are not like doors that we have now that are just like fucking hollow. These are thick, like 3-4 inches thick, solid wood doors. So it's not going to be super easy to just cleave into it.
All right. Well, given the fact that Coswin has lived in a forest most of his life, He's probably wearing his clothes.
You could have slept in your clothes. That's fine.
Savage.
Yes. Yeah, pretty much. And so Coswin picks up his walking stick that is leaning against the bed, and I'm gonna go to the door.
Do you open it?
Yes. That was less useful than I thought.
You could take a step out into the hallway if you like.
Okay, who am I seeing right now?
Like to your like
To my left. Who's left of me? Do I know?
That's Perry.
Okay, that's Perry. Okay,
That's Perry, and you know everybody else's rooms are to the right.
friendly sided. There's blood down there, and that looks like there might be some green skin.
Greenskins.
Let me take a look here. What can I do?
With a drunken sailor.
All right. At this point, you guys start hearing clanking of metal down the hallway to the right, where kind of towards Bob's end of the hallway, Tyburn's end of the hallway. You hear clanking of metal, like weapons slamming into each other. You know, echoing up the stone.
Oh well, I mean the palace guard's got this, so I'm just gonna go back to bed. It's
Right.
Another set of
the authorities
of
can
heavy
handle
footfalls.
this. Okay.
For
Another
once,
set,
he likes
you
the
notice
government.
another set of heavy footfalls on the wooden floors.
Am I ready yet?
You didn't have any
You're-
armor, so I mean you didn't need time to.
You didn't
don
have
anything.
any. You didn't have any armor.
I had to put clothes on.
Well, that's
You had to put clothes on.
that's not
That
as
doesn't
long.
take too long. That doesn't take too long.
This is medieval
'Cause,
stuff.
like-
It's not like form
Yeah.
fitting.
You're okay. You're okay. I'll say you have your shit.
Okay, is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna grab the candelabra, and
Alright.
I'm gonna unlock my door and throw it out the door.
It's going
Hang on,
to.
let me-
It's going to hit Colonel
Well,
Buster.
if you're
the
just gonna
library.
chuck the candelabra, I don't need to give you control over it.
Huh?
All right, so we'll just move that and objects,
Yeah, I'm gonna
so,
throw it into the hallway.
All right.
Oh,
So
fucking hell!
You kick the door open
Uh,
and you whip the candelabra, and immediately you as it leaves your hand, your eyes go wide, and you immediately regret your decision as you throw it directly into the back of an orc that's got its axe dug into the heavy wood of Tyburn's door.
and I'm gonna shut my door very swiftly and lock it again.
Okay, I'm gonna put that candelabra outside.
So now you're sitting in darkness.
I could see in that though, so
He's
Oh.
got dark vision.
Oh. Thank you.
He's got dark vision.
Thank you, Mitch. You've made my job much easier.
yes. No, you know what I was doing.
Now I need everybody to roll initiative.
Oh fuck!
Let me pull up the initiative and let me clear it off.
Oh, 21! But I wasn't
Hey,
click my character.
You didn't
I
click
actually
your
got a
character.
good initiative. Finally.
Oh, please just put that in manually, then. Be nice.
I'll put it in
Thank you.
manually.
Oh, we're rolling for initiative.
Rolling for initiative. Click your character and make sure it's
Oh
who's
god.
in Hazar, Artlocks, Tyburn, Coswin.
Who has the? Well, actually, it'd be Tyburn then.
Artlocks is
Artlock.
21.
Well, no,
Yeah.
Tyburn and Artlock both rolled 21, but Artlock's has a lower bonus than Tyburn, so it'd go Tyburn, then Artlock's, then Perry.
It looks like the game already accounted for that. Apparently, nice.
Well, no, because he's not in the.
I'm not in
order.
the order.
Initiative. You don't see Artlocks in the order because I do.
I don't.
Nope.
Oh, well,
He's
I
definitely
will just remember.
all right. Well, I've got it on mine. So and descending. Tyburn, you are up first.
Did I
Well,
manage to shut my door or not, Ben?
You slammed the door because they all had their backs to you, So they didn't notice the
I've
door
locked
open
it
and didn't notice you
and-
were there until you threw the candlestick into the back of one of their heads.
Well, I'm gonna keep my ready to action of just like fucking up whoever comes up through the
So
door.
you're
with
gonna
my
you're gonna hold
hammer.
your action for the door to open and attack whoever comes through.
Yes.
All right. So that's gonna be Artlocks.
Right, I'm gonna run back and stand on my bed
Stand on your bed.
with
So you're standing on your bed.
with crossbow aimed at the door and my shield up as well, ready, just prepared.
Okay. And next up is Perry.
Um,
This turn order is fucked up.
Yeah.
Says
I'm
an orc's going.
I'm gonna shout.
Oh, I just hit the button one too many
I'm
times.
gonna-
Perry
I'm
was
gonna shout
last. I just hit the button one too many.
orcs.
So you're down at the end of the hallway, just waving your hands and trying to get their attention.
Hi, orcs!
Yes.
Do you move?
How
move
many
at all?
can I move again? It's five. Each
I
move is
believe it-
5, isn't it?
Each one's 5, so you should normal movement's like 30.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Why is
Oh wow,
Tyburn
they're
at
quite
15 now?
quite far away. What weapons do they have? The orcs.
They well, the ones you fought before had javelins and axes.
Okay, so they look like they have similar weapons.
That should have tipped us off. Who else uses javelins but an orc?
That's a good point.
No, you at this point you can hear them, but you can't see them down there.
I can.
I just hit one with a candelabra.
He
Yeah,
can see
I
them
can see them.
because that candelabra is shining light.
Oh,
all-
right, the candelabra. So yeah, then you can see they've got great axes. One of them's got his axe embedded in Tyburn's door.
Okay, yeah, I have no long range weapon, so I'm gonna stand. I'm gonna stand back into my room because I have no long range weapons, and they can probably throw a javelin at me.
All right, so you're just gonna step in, and that's it.
Yeah, and
No
I'm gonna
one's
end
just
my
gonna
turn.
leave these orcs to hack down my door and come in and brutally murder
you,
me.
you step out into the hallway.
Yes,
You see
Tybern.
Artlox's
running-
door.
Running towards some orcs with javelins is probably not a smart idea. Last time I tried to talk to orcs, they struck me with a javelin quite easily. I don't think it's a good idea.
You're a terrible paladin.
What the? He's just not
So
stupid.
he just steps out, sees this shit going down. Artlox's door bursts open. A candelabra comes flying out, just plunks into the back of an orc's head. It kind of turns around and snarls at him. You go, hey, oh, oi, orcs, and wave your arms at them. Then just back into your room.
We're just all
Leaving Coswin, the only target.
So now it's this orc's turn. He's gonna move 1, 2, 3, 4.
Surely
5.
we get a surprise round on them because this stupid shit we've just done with the
Oh
candelabra.
God.
No, no.
No. If you had opened your door and attacked, it would have been a surprise round because they wouldn't have been aware of your presence because they had their backs turned. But all you did was chuck a candelabra. It hit one of them, and that immediately made them aware of your presence.
Yeah, fair.
He's gonna run forward. He doesn't have any more movement, I don't believe. So he is going to take a ranged attack at Coswin.
Thanks, Perry.
No problem.
12.
I'm sorry, what?
12 to hit.
My armor class is 12. So,
That hits.
yes.
You take 7 points of piercing damage for the javelin. The orc just sees Peridox just boom, boom, just starts running down the hallway. He's got a great axe in one hand and a javelin. And as he gets to the next set of doors, he just hurls it down the hallway, just right into your shoulder. Doesn't like stick into you, but it just kind of cleaves a bit of like flesh out. And you take 7 points of piercing damage.
Yep. Thanks, Perry.
No problem.
And now it's Coswood's turn.
Okay.
How much of this shit can you burn? I've put fire beneath them as well if you need it.
All of the furnishings are wood. The floors, the doors are wood. The only thing that's not wood are the walls, which are stone.
Okay. So, a lot.
Wait.
So, no, you missed your chance. So, what we're going to do now is I'm going to invoke Tides of Chaos, which means my next attack roll gains advantage no matter what. And I am going to... what am I going to do? I am going to... Oh, by the way, that also means I have to roll on the wild magic. just to remind.
Mhm.
Mountain Man's doing his voodoo shit.
You gave me the mental image of like a guy from the Appalachians invoking voodoo magic.
Mhm.
Okay. And I'm going to cast. Yeah, I'm going to cast Scorching Ray.
Scorching Ray. All right, 3 rays.
1 for each.
1 for each.
I have advantage on attack rolls, so that's advantage on the 3 attacks here.
You get advantage from
Tides of Magic. Or Tides of Chaos. I just invoked
Tides
that.
of Chaos. Okay. So, I'm gonna have you. Does it specify if wild magic is before or after the spell's cast? Is it after?
Immediately after you cast sorcerer spell of first level or higher. So yeah, it is after.
All right. So roll the attacks for the Scorching Rays.
Okay, so that's a ranged attack. And I am rolling advantage on these. So first one is a 15 plus 5, so it's 20. Second one is a 4 plus 5, so that's 9. And the third one is a 20 plus 5, so that's a crit.
Yeah. So the third one is a crit. So is it 1, 2, 3 based on distance here? Or are you aiming at specific ones?
Yeah, I'm aiming at specific ones. The crit goes to the first one. The lowest number goes to the one in the back, and the medium number goes to the one in the middle.
All right. So the first Scorching Ray slams into the chest, the broad chest of this orc that's a mere like 40 feet away. It's not a hard shot. So roll damage.
So for crit, it's double my damage.
It's double dice, then add the modifier.
Well, I don't have a modifier, so it's just 2d6.
You don't have a spell modifier, or is it
no?
Just,
we
straight up damage?
No. Remember we went over that last time. Tyburn was using his spell modifier for his healing thing. That doesn't. That's only on your spell attack bonus. So that's
going to be so double dice. So that's 4d6.
I have a huge argument in my comment section at the moment going on between us between a guy who lives in Ireland and 2 guys that live in Finland and 1 Swedish guy, and they're arguing over who the autonomy and the independence of Ireland goes to.
So okay. The first one that does 11.
First one slams into that orc. It cleaves right through the leather hides he's wearing, hits him in the chest, and you can see his skin melt and burn away, revealing the musculature kind of below. He falls to his knees for a second, looks back up at you, just growls and screams down the hallway. It echoes both sides down both stone staircases on either side. And he stands back up.
Okay.
The second one slams into the one with his axe embedded in Tyburn's door. Roll for damage.
11 damage.
11 damage to that guy too.
Yep.
He's not paying terribly close attention to what's going on. He's just trying to wrench his axe out. Hits him in the shoulder. You can see the flames curl down his arm, and his whole left, or this is going to be his right arm, just kind of chars black. He drops. He lets go and sees his fingers kind of curl and turn black. He's looking pretty worse for wears, just as the other one is.
The
last one down the hallway misses. He sees these beams slamming into his compatriots. He just flattens himself against the wall and just down the hallway. The flame hits the stones at the end of the top of the stairway on the back side. One stone just fractures and bursts into little stone fragments and clinks down the staircase, and you can hear the clanking of weapons getting closer.
Okay, and I guess
wild magic.
Now I roll wild magic. Okay.
I can't wait for this. Please go invisible again.
There are 100 different things he can do.
I know.
Well, what's 56 on the wild magic chart?
56.
Lose 2 years.
56. Your hair falls out but grows back within 24 hours.
So you've got this
That's a
long,
boon, if
scraggly
anything.
beard and this like wild tangle of hair from your sudden age spurt from before. You cast your 3 bolts, and you can feel the magic like pulsing through your veins. You feel it going through your arms up into your chest, and then you feel it in your hair, and just all the hair from your face and your head just cue ball now.
I love this idea. It's just I just shaved. Come on.
He's just a cue ball now. And is that end of your turn?
Indeed.
Take your movement.
That,
Not gonna move.
I already. Yeah, I'm gonna back up one.
Stepping out into that hallway was before combat started, so it was not going to really count towards your movement. But you could take any of your 25 or 30 feet.
I just backed up
Step
one.
back in. All right. So the next orc is the one that missed. It is going to kind of push the one that's got that charred arm out of the way with his axe stuck in the door. He's going to take a swing at the door, and he hits it. This time the axe just slams right into the same hole that was created by the other axe. It knocks the first axe out of the way, which clatters to the ground. The wood splinters and shatters, and one side of it just falls completely off. The side with the hinges is just kind of limply
Puts his face through the
Cleft.
door and just says, "Here's Orky."
cleft right in two. He sees the corpse, or not the corpse, but now the nearly dead human on the ground now, and steps in. Tyburn, you can now take your attack.
Woo.
So Tyburn, he steps through the door, and you just take your mace, swinging down. It slams into the orc's collarbone. Roll damage. All right, he takes 7 points of bludgeoning damage. You can feel his clavicle shatter under the weight of your mace, and he immediately just kind of slinks back for a second, and then stands back up, notices you there, and turns to face you.
Ah.
All right.
Ouch! Broken clavicle. Oh.
It is now Elric's turn.
I'm gonna pop out and then hit with my short swords.
Okay, so just stabby. You hit him both times. Roll for damage.
You click the 2 words, like the masterwork short sword and the
click on
short sword.
masterwork short sword and short sword. It rolls damage
On the in the chat.
in the chat log.
I think we can do it for him if he needs us to.
There we go. Did you guys see the damage rolls? Because I clicked them.
Yep.
Yeah, I saw them.
Okay, 8 and 7. All right, so you step out from the doorway. The orc with that charred bit of exposed musculature standing right in front of you, just kind of looking down at his own wound, and you flick your short swords around into stabbing postures. Take a running leap and just sink them both straight into the hilt into the orc's chest. Rip them out. You see the light fade from the orc's eyes. It sinks to his knees and then falls face first into the ground and is dead. So let's mark him as dead. All right. It is now the injured black-hand orc's turn. Its arm completely charred from the impact of the scorching ray. He sees the orc in front of him fall to the swords of Elric, and Tyburn smashing his holy mace down into the other one. He turns and he starts heading this way. As he gets to the top of the stairwell, a familiar figure crests the stairs, and the orc's coming down this way, the figure's coming down this way, and a longsword you've seen before plunges straight through the orc's stomach out the back side, retracts. The orc falls, and you see Sigmund standing there. He sees the chaos unfolding before you. He screams to you guys, "Get out! Get out while you can!" And it is Artlock's turn.
Okay, I hear that there's commotion definitely going on this time. I'm going to go to the door. We're still with my crossbow. Get off the bed, go to the door, unlock the door, open the door, and shoot the first thing I see, which happens to be this orc in front of me.
Mm-hmm.
Shoots Elric.
Fire.
Yeah,
All right, that's a hit. Roll for damage.
3 piercing.
So you fire out your doorway through the hallway into the doorway. The arrow takes a bit of an awkward path because it clips the side of the slowly flopping door, that half door that's still attached to the hinge. But it manages to embed itself into the thigh of the orc, who growls in pain, grabs the bolt and rips it out, throws it down to the ground, and he takes 3 points of piercing damage.
Oh, I can get that one back later.
There.
Damage.
Tyburn,
We're gonna hit this orc again.
go for it.
I will.
I'm gonna hit it.
No, I'm not.
So the orc kind of
Deflects it.
he bent over a little bit to grab the bolt out. You didn't know that Artlocks was going to be firing this arrow, so you swing at his head, just trying to coup de grace kind of thing. Then a bolt flies into the room, hits the orc. He bends over, and the mace just whiffs above him.
All right. Well, for my my bonus action, then I'm gonna cast me some spiritual weapon. Get out my fisticuffs from Helm. So I'm gonna.
I gotta remember to make a token for that.
Yeah. Pair
Like
of
I said,
gloves.
it needs to be the magic hand from Super Smash Bros.
All right, guys, I gotta take a bathroom break. So why don't we just take a quick 5 minutes and then come on back? Okay.
Okay.
Very cool.
So, can someone tell me what I did? Because I didn't hear anything.
Yeah.
You hit the orc.
You hit
Well,
the orc.
yeah,
You killed the orc.
obviously.
You killed it.
It's dead, Jim. But yeah, that's all you did. Don't look so sad. There's one of the orcs gone.
Well, yeah, it's just as soon as everyone wakes up, my internet takes a shit and Discord stops working or Roll20 stops working.
So, Bob, you're in the room directly across from me then, that makes. Does Sigmund have a token? That's what I want to know. He does. Very nice.
Okay, I'm back.
Welcome back.
Oh, you guys thought I was idiots.
Hmm?
You guys thought I was an idiot and didn't know how to roll the damage.
Oh, yeah.
Well, I figured something was up.
All right, I'm back.
All right, Perry, you here? Perry.
He's reconnecting and disconnecting because his voice
Yeah.
thing kept coming on and off.
Yeah, that's pretty normal.
Are you there, Angie? No, nope. He's gone again.
You don't understand, guys. These proxies are usually great.
Mhm.
Oh, what about now?
I'm back.
Hey.
Okay, good. Cool. So we're all back. So Tyburn, you took your attack. Were you doing anything else? What were you doing with your bonus action? Spiritual weapon, right? Fisticuffs. So you cast your fisticuffs, and they're floating nearby.
So I immediately make a spell melee attack against the orc.
Wait.
Roll that beautiful beam for the That'll hit.
Hooray! We're gonna roll some force damage at him because he's an asshole that deserves it. It's gonna be. Make sure I got the right modifier here.
Spellcasting ability.
Okay, 9 points of a bludgeoning damage. So,
Force
arrow
damage, not
whiff
bludgeoning.
with the mace.
Force damage, not
Force
bludgeoning.
damage. So there's the arrow, the mace whiffs. Tyburn calls forth his gauntlets of helm. They materialize next to him, and they just blow after blow after blow, sock into the orc. He stumbles backwards into that's a body, into the hallway, and falls flat on his back. He is out. Let's see. Oh, wrong button. Pow. All right. So, Perry, it's your turn.
Okay, I've been hearing the kerfuffle outside, so I'm gonna have a quick look,
Kerfuffle.
and I can see all the stuff. Okay. Yeah, basically most of the orcs seem to be dead. So I'm gonna...
At this point, you guys can hear the increasing screams and sounds of battle coming from multiple directions.
Oh, okay, so there's like fighting in the castle, possibly.
Possibly.
Okay, so I moved 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There we go.
Coswin glares at you
Hi.
as he bleeds from his arm.
You wait. You wait.
I kind of just point at your arm and be like, "What happened there?"
All right, is that your turn?
Yeah, there's not much I can really do.
All right, he's dead. Now it's gonna be Sigmund's turn. He's locked in melee combat with this orc. Well, he ran it through with his sword. He pulls the sword out, swings it to the side, decapitates the orc. Its head falls one way, its body falls the other way. This orc is now dead. Sigmund steps forward. He can see Bob and Artlocks at this point, Elric, and basically Coswin's kind of the only one who's kind of out of sight at this point. He looks at you guys. He goes, the orcs. I don't know where they came from. I don't know how they got into the city. Run! As he does, as he says this to you guys, Nicodemus walks pretty casually up the stairwell and walks up behind Sigmund. Sigmund feels him approaching, turns around. Nicky, go check on my father and my brother. Go quickly. He turns back to you guys, and in a flash of steel, you see a knife appear, and it slowly runs across Sigmund's throat. And
Nah.
Crimson
Called it!
starts pouring.
Called it. Evil.
Crimson starts pouring out. His eyes go wide. He turns around. Nicodemus is standing there holding a bloody dagger. He falls to his knees, dead on the ground.
Simon,
Nikki,
you got another
that
spell
kills
to dine.
people.
I gotta touch the guy first.
Check his heartbeat.
Nicodemus, he's smirking as he's holding his dagger, and then all of a sudden his facial expressions completely change from like exalted joy to fear and shock and surprise, and he calls out, "Guards! Guards! Guards! They've killed him! They've killed him!"
The orcs did.
No, he's saying we are.
Yeah,
my
I know
turn now?
he did. Yeah,
Okay.
but
And now it's Coswin's turn.
Now it's Coswin's turn. All right.
Fire,
shit, aren't I
fire him.
technically sworn to protect these guys?
Remember,
Mm.
doesn't matter if you fake a story if you're not alive to tell it. So,
Hey, Nicodemus, that cloak looks like it can catch fire.
Coswin
Nicodemus?
walks from his room and
Why is he Gandalf?
sees the bloody knife in Nicodemus's hand and the dying Sigmund, connects what's happening to common sense.
Well, I saw it happen, so
Yeah, well, I mean, yeah. And I think Nicodemus has outlived his life, so we're going to fix that. Scorching ray on him, all 3 bolts.
Mhm. All right, roll.
This is also again
do-
after Tides
is it- is
Chaos,
this a-
so
Okay.
yeah, it will happen.
So roll to hit.
This is without advantage this time. So against AC, I believe.
Okay. All right. So Nicodemus is sitting there smirking, holding his staff with that opal crystal in it. Dagger in the other hand. You step out into the hallway, purposely walk forward, and just straight at him. The first one past him. Second one past him, exploding in the stone corridor behind you. The third one, dead center, straight at him. There's a blinding flash. Roll damage.
please say Nicodemus catches fire and then Denethor's out a window.
7.
There's a blinding flash, and triumphantly you let out a ha! And as the flames settle, you see that they settled a little bit too close to you and a little too far away from him. And you can see as the blinding flash fades and the flames are not nearly close enough to him to have done damage. There seemed to be some sort of barrier between you and him that impacted, and he is undamaged.
Arcana check.
You can roll Arcana.
Don't kill him, remember. If you kill him, they might think we killed everyone.
17.
17. Hang on one second.
I need to
But
identify that spell.
But then they would
so I
come
know.
to our rooms to do it. To be dead.
We're being attacked by orcs. We could.
This could be a number of spells. It's definitely magic of some sort. It could be a magical item enchanted with a warding spell or a glyph of warding. But there's definitely a magical barrier that prevents magic from directly damaging him.
Oh, also wild magic needs to happen.
All right, roll for wild magic.
76.
Which is
All your fingernails and toenails fall off.
You glow with a bright light in a 30-foot radius for the next minute. Any creature that ends its turn within 5 feet of you is blinded until the end of the next turn. Sorry, Elric.
Uh-oh.
So that's going to be 30 and 0. Save.
Wait, you
There
said
you go.
within
So now-
5 feet.
No, it's not 30
30.
and 0. It'd be just 30 because 0 is when it starts dimming, which means you don't want to have anything on it.
You said
There you
within
go.
5 feet.
Better?
Yeah, within 5 feet. So that's you.
People
All right,
need to stop
you're
sending me
dead.
messages. now.
It is now Elric's turn,
Right.
who
So
is now blinded with this brilliant flash of Elric.
Well, no, who ends his turn?
yeah,
Turn
I
has
thought it was
ended
if I
yet.
ended my turn.
What?
Am I
He
blind?
hasn't ended his turn.
If you end your turn here, yes.
Yeah, oh,
I
yeah.
mean, I'm just saying for
Okay.
for storytelling purposes, he just erupted into light.
All right. Well, I am going to move forward. Oops. Move forward 30 feet and hit him with my swords. Or
All
attempt
right,
to.
you can roll for an attack there. All right, so you run up to Nicodemus as you kind of pass in front of him. You hear a little vroom as you pass a few feet in front of him. You lunge at him with both your swords, just kind of in like a wild rage, and he just whoosh, whoosh, dodges one way, dodges the other way, and both attacks hit nothing but air.
Well, shit.
Okay, so at this point, running up the stairwell comes this.
No,
Let me just
good.
move that out.
The Balrog.
And let me just.
They have a cave troll.
They always have a cave troll.
Did say run, fools.
Oh, please don't say I've paid 200 for that breastplate and I'm not going to get it.
Okay. Artlocks, it is your turn.
So I'm going to run out. And I'm sorry, Elric, but I'm about to use magic that might hit you.
Great.
Yeah, and I'm gonna like throw myself kind of shield up over the prince and use my level 2 thunder wave.
Oof. Let me make a
Basically, I'm gonna
Constitution
push everyone
saving
away.
throw on a failed save takes. Okay, so 15 feet to 1, 10, 15. So that's going to be Nicodemus and 2 orcs have to make Constitution saves.
And Elric,
And
I
Elric.
think.
Well, you got to make a Constitution saving throw.
So let's see. And what's the DC?
Blah, blah, blah. Is it what am I
Spell save DC, top of your spells.
13.
13?
Mhm.
Okay.
well, I'm dead.
You're not. You've just been pushed backwards.
Oh,
Well, doesn't he take the damage too?
Yeah, he
Oh.
takes damage.
Yeah.
So roll damage.
I may increased by 1d8 for each slot level above first. Okay, so
They all failed their saves.
that's 3d8.
On a failed save, 2d8.
No,
A
he's
higher
casting
level.
it at second.
Oh, you're
level.
casting it at a higher level?
Level 2, yeah.
All right, so they all take 12 points. Is that force damage?
Thunder damage.
Thunder damage.
Thunder? Okay, so 12. So the 2 orcs, they're kind of at the extreme range of this thing. They do take damage. Both of them are a little worse for wear. The cacophonous like blast hits them. They both kind of stagger backwards for a moment, and they look confused and hurt. And Nicodemus is pushed back into the hang on right there. Like he's pushed back into the orcs, and he takes the damage as well. But he seems to have weathered it quite well.
how far do I move, by the way?
Well,
Oh,
it
yeah,
would be your
you.
direction from me, so you'd be like just pushing.
So you
against
just
the
get blasted into the wall.
Oh, okay.
You take 12 points of damage,
Mhm.
and you get just slammed into the wall.
And I'm all, but as a bonus action of my turn, I am gonna use just a healing word on Elric because I
Thank
feel
you.
fucking guilty.
So 1d4 plus your spellcasting ability modifier.
Oh fuck! Slash roll, not roll slash. Plus my not spell attack bonus, the modifier, so it'll be my charisma modifier, which is a 3.
So 1d4 plus 3.
Boom. Of course.
So your healing word on Sigmund.
No, on Elric. I can't
Elric,
bring him
okay.
back.
So-
but I'm like.
So Elric, you heal for 4 points.
So imagine like I'm like over the body, and I've just like put out my hand to heal Elric a bit because I pushed him,
Okay.
and I'm shield up like towards Nicodemus and the orcs.
All right. So is that your turn?
Yeah.
Now it's going to be Nicodemus's turn. Nicodemus was blasted back from the force of the thunder wave. Was it?
Yes.
Thunder wave. He was blasted back. His back slams into the orcs, and they kind of arrest his momentum there. He looks back at them, well, to the left and to the right. He makes a little motion with his hand. He grabs his staff, points it like a gun, utters a couple words, and I'm gonna need a Constitution saving throw from Coswin.
Constitution saving throw?
You know what? I have a feeling this Nicodemus guy ain't such a
24.
nice fella.
Okay.
Really?
Okay, so a kind of like dark green black blast of energy erupts from the opal at the end of his staff, rockets down the hallway, slams into you, and for a moment you feel the air pulled out of your lungs and you feel cold all over your body, but you kind of muster your own will to survive and kind of tense your muscles and push it off, and you take 14 points of necrotic damage.
Even with a 24 Constitution saving throw.
Yeah, you took half damage.
Wow.
How much was it?
Took 14 points.
I'm scared.
I'm down to 1 HP.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
If he hit me with full force, I'd be dead.
I think we'd all be dead.
I have 20 hit points. Even the half force would have killed me.
Tyburn.
Well, I'm gonna step out into the hall. Jesus Christ.
It's getting bloody real fast.
So Nicodemus and then the orcs are over here.
It's
okay.
Nicodemus, then there's 3 live orcs there, 2 of them which look pretty rough from the blast. Kind of blood coming out of the ears.
Oh my god.
I broke their eardrums and things.
And
Yeah,
you
well, I'm
broke
gonna.
me.
If anybody in the castle wasn't awake, they are at this point.
I am going to have my spiritual gauntlets come to rest here and start beating up, I guess, Nicodemus.
All right, so attack rolls on Nicodemus.
Nicodemus. Nicodemus.
Okay, so the gauntlets kind of follow you out of the hallway, and then with a mental command, they rush forward, kind of fisticuffing towards Nicodemus. They get a few feet from him, then just poof, they just burst into a cloud of smoke and dissipate.
Got a
Ooh.
feeling we can't use magic on this fella. Someone batter him.
Anti-magic field. It's an anti-magic field.
Do you do anything else, Tiber?
I'm gonna jump back into my room. I'm gonna go get my stuff, like my crossbow.
Mm-hmm. I'm gonna for you didn't specifically specify there anywhere, so I'm gonna say they were in the chest.
Boom.
Unless you want, if were like your items, did you store them in the chest that was empty in the room, or did you put them somewhere specific?
They can be in the chest.
Okay,
Get
that's
my
fine.
stuff
So
out of the
that's-
chest.
That's the end of your
Yep.
turn. Perry.
I need a crossbow
Yeah.
for this much heresy.
We need 2 hand crossbows.
1, 2,
I really want to
3,
make a character like
4,
that for something.
5,
Like that.
You could step on top of the orc's body if you have the movement.
6.
Like Van
Going into the
Helsing
room?
style, but with
That's fine.
hand
Yep.
crossbows.
Perry,
Okay.
you fucking
That's-
coward.
He's not coward. He's like darting between the rooms to get close.
Yeah, he's starting between cover. He's not
Yeah.
getting hit.
I'm-
Coswin, it's up to you.
I'm close combat.
We'll start moving into combat sooner then.
I
Start
can't get
moving
into
faster.
combat sooner. There'll be 1 space more.
Can't
That's
you,
it.
Can't you run and get further?
Can I?
You can use your action as a dash and move twice your normal distance.
Wow.
But
that's
that
a
would
lot.
be all you could do on the turn.
So you could get into my room.
Wait, let me just check. So if I went back, then that'd be 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and yeah, I probably could get into the room.
You could get
Okay,
into
you can do
my
that.
room.
I'll do that then. Yeah, that makes sense. No, I
Considering you're
didn't
not
know I
going to do
could
anything
that.
else.
6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I could go in with Tyburn.
Okay.
No, I'll go in this one. 11, 12.
He's in my room.
I want my
Okay.
own. I want my own room.
All right, so Coswin.
I'm looking. Unfortunately, I use a lot of magic. So I need to think this through. All right. I am going to cast. I'm going to use. I'm going to use my 1 spell point to cast Quicken Spell, which decreases the action cost of 1 spell. So I'm going to cast Magic Missile as a bonus action instead of 1 action.
Mhm.
Magic Missile can target 3 creatures, but I'm going to focus all 3 bolts on the tank. So the old man. And so I believe that's that always hits.
Yes, you don't have to roll to hit on a magic missile. They always hit.
So I just need to roll the damage.
Mm-hmm.
Where's that big, broad woman when we need her? The one that could cleave.
Lady Kiva?
Yeah.
7 points of force damage.
Okay, so you cast magic missile, just foo 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 foo. 4 of these little tiny bright silver darts just shoot out from you, rocket down the hallway, just narrowly missing. Getting the threading the needle between Elric and Artlock. They slam into that invisible barrier in front of Nicodemus, and it goes. 3 of them hit, and he just it kind of forces him back a bit. Then 1 of them gets through and impacts him, and that's going to be doing 1 damage.
All right. Well, that was a first level spell, so before I can actually get to my actual action, I still have to roll on the wild magic.
Please, like.
Now, are you rolling to make sure wild magic hits before you're rolling the actual effect?
I when I started this encounter, I used Tides of
Chaos, so it automatically.
chaos.
Tides of
makes it
chaos, which makes
automatically happen.
Yeah,
So-
right. Forgot about that.
Yeah. 83.
What crazy shit do you do this time, Coswin?
He becomes a baby.
Oh God, what's happening now?
Each creature.
What's 30? 30 feet.
Each creature within 30 feet takes 1d10 necrotic damage. I regain hit points equal to the sum of the necrotic damage dealt. So,
Oh god.
Artlock and Elric,
You
and
just killed Elric.
Oh,
Oh, fuck.
Artlock, literally
everybody.
everyone
Oh my
else take 1d10,
1d10
Well,
necrotic damage.
1d10 necrotic damage per person, and I regain your hit points that I took from you. So I need you all to roll individually 1d10, and we'll work this out.
1d10, no modifier.
Oh.
Oh!
Oh,
Oh!
I'm scared.
Oh,
oh.
Oh my God!
1d10. Roll.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh, you already
God
rolled
damn it.
once. You got it.
Oh.
You
You're
already
okay,
rolled
Barry.
once.
Oh, I didn't see I rolled it. Oh, that's
All right,
good.
so
Oh,
Elric, you lose 10 hit points. Artlox loses 8. Perry, you lose 5. Tyburn, you lose 9. Coswin, you're up to 14 again. Or 15?
No, that'd be 10 plus 8, it's 18, plus 5, plus
You're going to
9.
go up to your max. You're
Go
not going
back
to
up
get
to max.
temporary hit points. Yeah. Whatever your max was. It was 15, right?
22.
22? Oh, you were damaged from before?
Yeah, you knocked me down to 1 HP.
No, you had
You
22.
hit me with a
You
javelin.
took 4. Oh, the javelin. Fuck, I forgot about that. Yeah, right.
Yeah,
Sorry.
So,
I was about to say, that doesn't
I
add up.
cast the magic missile, and then
You do 1
then I
point of damage to the
drain
enemy.
everyone else.
Then
strengthen
suck
me.
the life out of every single person as the last magic missile actually impacts Nicodemus, which just kind of like plinks into his chest. He kind of barely notices it. There's this swirling dark green energy around Coswin. It just kind of coalesces around him really quickly. Then, and all of you guys all of a sudden feel the life kind of drain out of you a little bit, and Coswin would just. He kind of just shakes it off, and the wound seals closed on his shoulder,
it's a
and
spirit
he
bomb,
feels
guys.
really good.
It's a spirit bomb. Don't worry about it.
He feels really good about what just happened.
Yeah, no, I
We're
definitely
we're
do.
even, Coswin. We're even.
Yeah, you're damn right we're even.
All right, is that the end of your turn?
Oh no, because that was remember I cast Quicken, so that was just my bonus action.
Okay.
This isn't even my final form.
This isn't even my final form. So what I'm going to do now is
This
I'm
is the
going
moment the
to
viewers next home also
Golden
to us.
Coswin.
Which characters are we playing next week?
yeah.
Yeah.
So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to cast Firebolt as a first level spell.
Okay. That explodes, doesn't it?
Oh no.
Actually, can I cast it as a first level spell?
One action, you hurl a mote of fire. What is a mote?
A mote is like a bolt of fire. It's a fire bolt. So I mean,
I was thinking like around a castle moat.
Yeah, like a lava stream sort of thing.
A moat of fire.
okay, I can't. I actually can't cast. You can't cast cantrips as higher level spells. So you guys are safe from wild magic for now. But
Oh,
I'm going to
thank
cast. But I'm also going to spend 1 sorcery point to make this a twinned spell. So I'm casting 2 of these at the enemy.
2 firebolts?
Yeah, 2 firebolts
As cantrips?
as cantrips. So
Okay. Ranged attacks. Ranged attack roll then.
So one of these is going to go towards the lead orc, so the one above Nicodemus, and the other one's going to go straight for Nicodemus himself.
You upset me sometimes, Roach.
Nicodemus.
Why?
Nicodemus.
You've done more damage to the team than you have the enemy right now.
I don't see a problem with this.
He's unpredictable.
Can I play the piano anymore? Of course you can.
So that's
I'm
going to
glad
be
I'm not having
this
to do
one's
this week.
this one's for the orc.
Hmm.
24,
That hits.
and this one's for Nicodemus. 10.
That misses.
Why not? Right?
So the one fire just one firebolt leaves one hand, one firebolt leaves the other hand. You're a little distracted by your newfound vigor, and the second one goes a little awry and just past the heads of everybody down into the stone
Oh,
corridor
thank God.
behind everybody. The first one though does impact the orc, and he just immolates immediately. His armor goes up in flames, and you can hear his death as he like growls as he he kind of flops down to the ground, still burning. He is definitely 100% dead. Alrighty, so that was that guy.
Oh, also, I'm going to move
Where? Okay.
into that room.
All right, so
It's
it is now it is now the undamaged orc's turn. He is going to run past Nicodemus, and he is going to take a great axe swing at Artlox.
Look at it like this, guys. At least I'm not going to die this round. That's the good part.
Well, thank God.
Just everyone else will.
24.
Yeah, it definitely hits. If that's what you're asking.
How much hit points do you have?
Remaining 12.
12. All right, so
Why are you
you
so
take
low, man?
14 points of slashing damage from the orc.
I am downed.
So you are rendered unconscious. The orc brings his great ass slamming down. It clanks into your shield. The shield, the sheer strength of the blow, shield flies back, hits you in the forehead, knocks you unconscious. You bleeding from the face now. It is now the other orc's turn, who's going to.
How much longer do we have in this combat here?
Not too much longer.
Okay, because I need to actually scoot out of here. My roommate needs me to grab them for work.
Okay, you want to bug out now? Or do you wanna
I've
finish
got
this
a
up?
couple more minutes I can hang here.
Okay, so this orc is going to take a great axe swing at
Apparently their car won't
Elric.
start.
8.
8 for me.
Yes.
Pretty sure that
8
misses.
to hit.
Yeah, that
Pretty sure
misses.
that misses.
Yep.
All right. So at this point, the orcs have rushed past Nicodemus. Nicodemus starts backing down the hallway, and again he shouts, "Guards! Guards! Guards!" And you hear running footsteps from the other side of the hallway. And 4 guards wearing rough chainmail armor and tabards with the house crest on them come running from the opposite direction. Nicodemus hears their footfalls and sees them and goes, "Seize them! Seize them!" And then he backs off down the hallway.
Unconscious right now. I had the perfect plan set up to get us out of this hoonanny.
So
but,
Nicodemus walks out of sight down the hallway.
I just realized
And
I'm
it
still
is-
girl plowing.
It is Elric's turn.
So I'm gonna take swings at the orc in front of me,
Mm-hmm.
and then
you're at disadvantage because of
There's
There's two of them.
right,
They
yeah,
outnumber
and then as since my archetype as a ranger is a hunter, I get horde breaker, so I can attack another creature with the same weapons that's within 5 feet, and I'm gonna try and hit the other one as well.
Alrighty, so we've got a 17, that's a hit, a 7 misses. So do you get 1 attack or 2 extra attacks?
Well, it's the same weapons against another creature
So basically, he goes.
because I'm a
Because
horde
he's just
breaker.
he's
Okay.
breaking the horde.
Alright, so you make 3 of these attacks are going to hit.
Okay, I'm guessing the 7 doesn't.
The 7 misses, yeah. So 7 points, 7 points, 6 points. Okay, so You hear footfalls behind you. You very quickly take your masterwork short sword, slit the throat of one of the orcs in front of you, wheel on the other one, see your newfound friend laying on the ground, just whoosh, whoosh, straight into its chest. They're both dead.
I am going to. There's no other like orcs around, right? Just
No,
okay.
the last orc is dead.
All right. Then I'm just gonna sheath my swords and
Try
turn
and help.
around and. Well,
Try
oh
and
yeah,
help the prince.
I can't. I don't have anything.
No, but you can pretend. You can try and stop the bleeding, so it looks like you're the right side. Come on.
Oh yeah. So I am going to take. Let me see if I have it.
Come on, play it up. Come on.
I am going to.
All right. For the sake of brevity, we're going to be out of initiative order at this point because there is no more orcs to attack. There are multiple guards running down the opposite side of the corridor towards you guys, though.
So
How high am I right now in this room?
How high?
Yeah, like if I look out the window, how many floors are
It's
between me
second
and the
story.
ground?
Second story.
So like 15 feet, 15, 20 feet. Depend.
Yeah, something
Something
like
like that.
You'd have to make, if you took a leap, you'd make an acrobatics check to see if you could in 3 points.
Go away.
I'm just.
Time
I'm
away!
weighing my options right now. Right, I'm glowing bright light, and I'm bald.
You're glowing? What? How did I miss this one?
It was one of his
wild
thing.
magic.
Oh,
Wild magic. All of his hair fell out. He sucked the life energy out of you and turned into a human candle.
wow. I'm gonna bend down and try and stop. Try and stem the bleeding from Sigmund's throat, and kind of just like hold him.
All right, so you bend down and start to try to administer aid to Sigmund. The guards come rushing down the hallway. Let's see, they're going to move to about here.
I'm gonna grab my staff and kind of haunch over and and look old. I'm bald now. I have a salt and pepper beard.
The leader of the
Hey, don't- it all fell out.
the group calls out, "Drop your weapons! You are all under arrest!" As they're running down the hallway towards you.
Tyburn does whatever the group is going to do collectively. I got to get out of here.
Okay, go ahead, Bob.
Can someone make me not unconscious? Is this something
Okay.
that can happen?
We're not in initiative order here, so you guys can do whatever you want.
So for cure wounds, does that help if you're dying or if you're dead?
Yeah.
Okay. So I will. Ooh, do I put it on the prince though?
So at this point, the guards see you hunched over Sigmund's lifeless body, covered in his blood.
Okay, so I'm going to use.
with the whole shitload of orcs around.
So
Dead
I'm going to
orcs.
use.
Yes, they see that too.
Okay, I'm
Orcs
gonna
covered in
Shout to them
blood.
to help the prince.
So-
Help us help the prince. Come on.
So I have 3 spell slots. So I'm going to use cure wounds twice. Once on the prince, and then once on art locks.
Okay, that's fine. So roll for healing.
1d8 plus spell casting. What is spell casting again?
It's at the.
Wisdom, okay.
Whatever you use as your spellcasting ability, it's the bonus you get from that.
Where is okay? So 1d. Well, that's not right.
You try to heal someone's wounds and stab them by accident.
Yeah, plus 2, and then
All right, so you attempt to cure wounds on Sigmund, and you can see the wound close up a little bit, but he remains motionless. Artlocks, you now are conscious.
How much HP
With
did
3 points of
HP did I get?
3.
3.
Oh, fuck.
It's more like just oh my head.
I turn around
what are you
and
guys
say, "How's the prince?"
Not good. I couldn't completely cure his wound. Perry, get out here.
Okay.
You're a paladin.
So
Help the dying
Coswood's
guy.
standing on the dresser.
Help the prince. God damn it.
All right, so these guys rush down the hallway a little bit further. They're running full on balls out towards all of you guys.
I'm going to turn around and say to one of them, send through an apothecary or a Medicaid. The prince has fallen.
Let's jump out the window.
Nope. Save the goddamn prince.
I'm thinking about it.
I was thinking about that. I thought my character probably win. I'm going to lay my hands on the prince. Do my lay hands.
All right, so you
Saves
laid.
the
you
dying.
lay hands on the prince. Is that a roll or is that just something that happens?
Just something that happens.
Okay, so you step out into the hallway. You lay your hands on the prince, and that wound that had been closed seals up completely. And you just see he doesn't wake up, but you see his eyes flip just a little bit behind his eyelids. At this point, one of the guards who was in front sees you touch the prince and just fucking tackles you, Perry. So I'm gonna need you to roll
Protect the president.
Did the guards not hear what I shouted at them?
They don't
I
care.
don't care.
I'm holding a shield of their
All right, so
the same mark of theirs.
Perry, this guy just full on bodily hauls himself into you, and you both just tumble over Sigmund's body, slam into the orc corpse behind you, and he has you grappled right now.
Right, I'm gonna stand up and just give these guys a good hiding with my vocal ability.
What are you trying to do? now?
I am literally gonna stand up, make the shield very obvious, and say, "What are you doing? Get to it! What have you sent for a Medicaid?" The prince.
So you stand up and make the shield prevalent in front of
He
you. as you're
stole
holding
a
up in kind of
royal
a defensive-
shield.
Not the thing.
Defensive
Down, but sort of with a telling sort of thing, and I'm gonna
So you're just holding it loosely at your side.
not loosely, but sort of there, so it's very visible.
Yeah.
Not,
So you
not
were
raised in
kneeling
defense,
next
but
to.
very, and I'm gonna tell them, and gesture to the prince. The prince has fallen. We were attacked by orcs and Nicodemus. Send for a Medicaid or an apothecary or a healer.
So you stand up and you say this to the three remaining guards who aren't,
Tackling.
I'm
I'm gonna leave that to just
tackling,
happen.
tackling and struggling for a minute, and they all stop. They all kind of skid in their tracks for a moment and stand there, kind of blankly in front of you, kind of giving each other the eyes. And one of them looks over and goes, "Grave robber."
That didn't get picked up.
We didn't hear anything.
One of them looks over at the other one, and he just kind of talks out of the side of the mouth. Grave robber.
See, this is what. God damn it, Mitch.
God damn it.
Takes out a crossbow, levels it directly at you, and says, "You are under arrest."
I
You
jump out of
guys
this- I
really
jump out
have
of
a
this
poor
window. 50-50
bedside
shot.
manner. Christ. I didn't say that out loud. What am I gonna do?
This Coswin, you hear these guys haven't noticed you. They passed by your room.
Didn't
Are you doing
notice the
anything?
glowing at all.
How did they not notice me?
I mean, they should be blinded technically.
No,
shouldn't
it's
they?
only
'Cause-
5 feet. It's only within 5 feet.
There's a solid stone wall between where he is and where they ran. They're pretty distracted by the array of gore and horror and their prince destroyed in front of them to really pay attention to a peculiarly bright light shining out from behind a door.
Okay, I've got one choice here. Well, technically, I have multiple choices, but we have only one real choice because
Oh, good
Cosmo's
lord.
not going to jail, not again.
Cosmin jumps out the window and runs.
Gonna
Cosmo's-
Thelma and Louise it. Is that what's going on?
they're not taking me again.
Right.
So I'm going to fuck it.
I've got multiple choices.
No, you don't, because Cosmo's forcing a choice.
I'm
Cosmo
gonna
is
do
going.
what I'm gonna do as a backup choice, which is sleep.
Yes.
God Christ, I'm a bicycle.
So Cosmo is going to run full bore there and spend a sorcery
I was
point.
gonna do one more a chance. They didn't even let me.
We've got no
persuasion check.
chances. This is it.
Let me try and persuasion this.
No,
I have a 5 in persuasion. Come on.
You're a grave robber at this point. Cosm's going to spend a sorcery point to cast sleep as a quicken spell.
Okay.
Oh God, he's gonna wild magic us again. No,
All right. So now
please stop.
you have to roll for the health pool to see how many you can
but this
take
is
out.
a bonus action, by the way.
I need Bob right now.
Because you quickened.
Okay, so I cast sleep, which is a 5d8. By the way, I'm casting it literally right in the center of that like off square kind of shape, right there, right in the center. So
like Perry's here. This guy's on top of him.
Yeah. So I'm gonna wait. Actually, hold on a second. It's a 20 feet radius.
Yeah, you're gonna get everyone.
Not me. I can't be put to sleep by magic.
You're gonna have to be able to see where you're casting.
Yeah,
it
nor
too.
can I actually. So
I can wake you up. Don't worry.
I'm not okay with this, Coswin.
I am. So, so I'm going to see. It's either this or I kill them.
Why do you have to? Why can't I try and persuade our way out of this? Come on.
You don't know what I know, okay? you don't know what I know. You don't want them to know. You don't want them to know who I am, okay? So I need to do this. Casting sleep, 5d8. If you're still awake after this, do the same.
Wait, can you be put to
Where
sleep?
are you casting? Where's the point you're
literally the same
focusing on when you're
place.
casting?
Literally the same place
Okay.
I was doing it. Just so it catches all the guards. It's going to catch some of them, but that'll be
Okay.
fine.
Right,
I'm assuming the guards.
many hit
I'm assuming the
points-
guards have high stats, which means they have the highest health, which it'll go to them.
Artlocks and Elric, how many hit points do you have?
It can't affect us. We're elves.
Yeah, it can't affect it.
Oh, sleep doesn't affect
Yeah,
you
It
guys.
doesn't
Okay.
affect those
Can't
guys.
be
I mean,
charmed?
it'll affect Perry and it'll affect Tyburn, but we'll wake them up.
Okay. 13. So you step out from around the corner. They hear you step out. They turn towards you, kind of all starting to ready their weapon. You go. You just throw a pinch full of sand at them and go sleep. And one of them just kind of like blinks at you, but nobody falls asleep.
Right, I'm gonna try this.
No, I still have an action. That's a bonus action.
No, you don't.
That was his
No,
bonus.
you don't. Not right
Yeah,
now.
that's a bonus action.
Well,
that
that's
is
also a level 1 spell. So wild magic, motherfucker. Let's see what happens.
True,
To you.
true. That is.
Yeah.
Oh,
Wild
please
magic.
put everyone to sleep. Please put everyone to sleep. Please put everyone to sleep.
Please evaporate into thin air or something, and then I'll blame it on you. Come on.
71.
Oh God. I have one.
71.
health.
I gain resistance to all damage for the next minute.
So it's just screwed us over with the guards, and now we can't be hurt. Great, thanks for that.
So,
So,
that, by the way, that was still a bonus action. I haven't taken an action yet.
Yeah. Okay.
No,
What do you do?
order. Does it matter about bonus actions and stuff? Surely it's.
He could take his action and his bonus action back to back because it's just happening seconds apart.
I ran out. I cast sleep. That didn't work. So,
Please don't kill the guards. I like this place.
Artlock, you can steal your chest plate on the way out. Okay, you don't need to pay for it. I'm not going to jail. All right.
Hey, what's your action?
I'm casting sleep again.
Oh
Go
God. It's gonna put everyone to sleep and then
Keep
kill
in mind
us.
that guy didn't take 13 points of health off that sleep.
I
That
understand.
was
I
basically.
understand. Maybe I'll get lucky.
Uh-huh.
Guy is gonna go over one guy.
Then our odds are really good.
No.
No, they're not. One of us has been pinned by one of them.
Parry's grappled right now.
Parry is grappled right now.
22.
We
okay.
are all at low health with barely any spells.
So from their perspective, I just go sleep.
All right.
Sleep.
This guy, his head falls back and his eyes close, and poof, he goes prone onto the ground. The other two are wide awake and conscious. So you step out from around the corner and go,
I'm sorry, Ben. I have to do wild magic.
sleep, and like a pinch of dust, a pinch of dust, and nothing happens, and then all of a sudden one of them just kind of keels over. The other two look at that guy on the ground, and then I'm gonna need you to roll an athletics check.
I still need to roll wild magic.
Oh, wild magic again, then. Do that first.
You don't ever know. Could be something good.
Uh-huh.
It might be.
Or you're just gonna suck the life out of everyone again.
16.
For the next minute, you regain 5 HP at the start of each of your turns.
Thanks.
And you're at full health.
And I'm at full health.
So you feel like you feel like really
I'm resistant
good
to
right
all
now.
damage.
Pervious, you're healing. You've stolen all our health, and now you're gonna get us killed. Thanks, Coswin.
Now I need you to roll an
Drops
athletics
Mike,
check.
he's fucking out. Oh.
Fuck yeah.
Oh. Okay, so one of these guards just fucking bum rushes you, wraps his arms around you, but he kind of gets a little bit more cloth than he does body, and you just kind of whip out of his grasp, and now he's behind you.
Right.
But you're
I'm
not
gonna
grappled.
try this one
Wait,
more
you're not
Who wants to
orcs.
do what now?
I'm gonna say to this last final guy, he shouted, wait, you're not orcs, which is good. With a persuasion, just look, we're trying to protect the prince. Help us right now.
And while
Persuasion was disadvantaged.
he does that, I'm
I
gonna try and heal the prince
Don't
again.
think you can do that because of me being an actor.
If anything, if it cancels out, then he just gets a normal roll.
Yeah, I think it's just a normal, but even a disadvantage is an 18 right now, so that's
yeah.
where are professions in this bloody book?
I'm
Just
gonna
say
cast-
he rolled a 20.
I'm gonna cast Cure Wounds one more time on the prince. And wait, what was that again?
Do you have that many?
Yeah, I have
do you
three.
have that many spell
I have,
slots?
I have one more.
You have
I have
three?
one more.
Can I do anything while I just
Okay.
pinned?
You're pinned. What you could do right now is make another contested athletics check to see if you can break free. Nope.
Okay.
You struggled to get out of his grasp, but this guy's got you pinned pretty good right now. Arms behind your back.
And then 9 for the prince.
Elric cures while this is happening.
Dinner
Elric
first.
cures wounds on Sigmund. Again, he's you could see he's breathing really shallowly. His eyes are moving behind his eyelids, but he's unconscious.
Are his life signs like getting stronger though?
Before you just saw a little flickering. Now you can see he's breathing
Okay.
a little steadier.
I
Who's doing what? Because we're not really.
Well,
we're not
I mean,
in initiative
Artloc's
right now.
still-
This is like half social combat, half regular combat.
Artlock
right
still
now.
did that persuasion with a 20. And you
He
never
did that.
and you never react.
He did. Okay, so Artlock's. What was it you said? You tried to persuade them.
No, it is with an
what?
18. It's for a deception that I have, but I can't be
Okay.
outdone.
So you tried to persuade him to believe what?
That we aren't the bad guys here. That we are protecting. We're trying to help the prince. Just help us.
Hey Ben, I'm gonna have to drop out. I think I need to go.
Okay, that
Well,
that's
that's about
fine.
on time.
We'll
What
just
we
wrap.
need to do anyway.
Yeah, plus
Yeah, I mean, we'll just wrap.
I'm just trapped, being tackled right now. So again, like Tybert, I'm just gonna say I'll just do what the group does.
Well, we're at time anyway. We're at 3 hours right now,
Yeah.
so we'll just call it a day here,
Alright.
and we'll pick up this horror show tomorrow. Not tomorrow, next week.
Damn it.
Real quick though, let's see here.
Wait, what's our XP?
All right, so the guard kind of he lowers his crossbow a little bit, and he looks like he's confused as to what he's being told from either side.
Can we play this?
He
little
got
bit out?
orders to do something, but what he's seeing and what he's being told is conflicting in his brain. And let me check on experience here. I believe those are there. Each orc's worth 100 experience. You killed 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5
So about
orcs?
100 XP each.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Why did
5,
I just get
6
moved?
orcs.
Oh, you're moving me to
Sorry, there's 6 dead orcs, so that's 600 experience divided amongst you guys. So that's 120.
Makes that on 476. Right, cool. Are we playing out the rest of this conversation? Or are we not? We're leaving it there.
If you
No,
want to, we
I
can.
mean, I think we should probably just leave it so other people could be here for it next
Okay,
time.
fair enough.
That's fine. Yeah, because basically everything that's happened is occurred in a few seconds. These people running down the hallways, Tyburn, or not Tyburn, but Costman, like, sleep, crazy fucking shit happening left and right. Because of your goddamn wild magic and your chaotic surge or whatever it is. But every single time you cast something, something fucking shit crazy happens. Nearly stack wipes the whole party.
I feel great.
Pretty interesting.
So,
I mean, you feel fucking great. You're literally glowing.
actually, technically, that man that tried grappling me is blinded right now. But
True.
So this is this
But how long did the
light
glowing last for?
apparition
Was
just
that
trying
1
to put
minute?
everyone to sleep, and nobody.
no, that was part of my strategy. If the Nicodemus guy had stayed there, I was going to act like the orc's god and try and convince them to kill Nicodemus.
You were going to pretend to be Orcus?
Yes, but I was going to be the glowing apparition of Orcus because I have a high intimidation, so I was going to intimidate them because that seems like an orc god thing to do. But yeah, he ran before I could implement that plan.
Interesting choice.
Okay, so I'm going to end the stream here. Thank you guys for watching. We'll be back next week.
Goodbye.